Waiting on you now. All right, guys. Here we go.
Let's do this.
All right. Woo! It's been a while, right? But
Yes.
we're back.
Again.
We're back. See?
We're back.
Now, do you want to ring the bell, Izzy?
The bell has been rung, my friend.
Damn.
We are live right now. We are live. Welcome to Beer on Doomsday. I'm your host, Izzy. I don't have a last name. I feel like I should have a last name.
No, you're good. Like, see,
I'm still working on my stage name. I like Izzy C, but I hate to be like the self-proclaimed
Izzy C.
You could be like a McLovin type, just one name.
I am Izzy C. No, that is the co-host, Rick. Welcome back.
I'm here. Eventually, I got here.
Eventually. Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna rip you a new one for being 2 hours late. I almost wish that was a joke, but that's literally 2 hours late.
Oh, he's not lying.
Yeah.
If anything, he's underestimating.
And thirdly, but never lastly, Drew. Welcome.
The perpetual guest.
Perpetual. We just replace you by like a stuffed animal next time. Like, yeah, we got tired of him.
Let's all raise one.
Cheers. For those of you wondering, this is apple juice.
Yes, we would never drink on air.
Never, no.
What kind of podcast do you think this is?
Yeah.
Apple juice made before America was created.
1775.
I mean, apple juice has to be that old, right?
I mean, apples have always had juice.
Oh, yeah.
All you got to do is squeeze them,
We just never extracted them.
That's actually the first time you'll learn something on Beer on Doomsday.
Apples have always had juice.
Well, we hope you enjoyed the show.
Roll the credits. No. The reason why we're here is because we watched a movie series. We're going to be covering a lot of movie series, a lot of bullshit, a lot of things along the way. But we're here to cover Rocky, the movie series, right? Wait.
Which is why I tried to bait you into the do you want to ring the bell? I don't know if you remember the end of the third one.
Oh, is that what you were? Oh, my
goes,
bad.
Do you want to ring the bell? And Apollo goes, ding, ding.
First of all, we have to add that Rick literally crunched them all today. Like, you watched all 4 or 5 of them today. Which ones did you watch today, Rick?
2, 3, 4, and 5.
All?
Now,
and
to be
5
fair,
was the best,
To be fair,
no, it was.
No, 5 was very sad. To be fair, I've seen them all. These were just refreshers. It's always been here. It's always lived here.
Look, you've had 2 months to fucking prepare, and even longer than that, because we ended the last one, which was about Batman, to be like, oh yeah, I think we're going to cover the Rockies. Yeah. How many months ago was that?
6.
Who's counting?
Really?
6 months ago.
Is anyone counting? I'm not counting. I don't know.
He
It could have
just
been
said 6
yesterday.
months ago.
I feel like that was an overestimate of the truth.
What do you call it? So yeah, it's been a while since we've been here, but it feels good to be back. Like I said, we covered the Batman movies. Now we're covering the Rocky movies.
Now this, by the way, is the first time in a new studio for us.
No, it's not. What the fuck?
Rick,
We did the Batman's here?
We did the Batman's here.
It wasn't here.
It was here. God damn it.
So he forgot we were here.
Well, that's how long it's fucking been.
Yeah, and that's how long it fucking.
Yeah, he refuses to believe it was 6 months ago.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm pretty sure Izzy's only lived here for 2 months.
No, I've been here almost a year.
Well, I've been having too much fun, and time flies in life when you're having fun.
See, and that part makes sense. Like when I was like, Rick, why are we 2 hours late? You're just like, I fucking had to do this. Like you literally brought up
I wasn't.
Excuses.
I wasn't having fun. I wanted to be done with work. But
Oh, no, you was having fun.
No, but I meant in life in general. Like we were, Rick, let's set this up. Let's meet up at this time. And then just last minute, I can't make it tomorrow. Like, what the hell? We've been.
Thank you, Izzy. You've been having a lot of fun lately. I've been seeing you at concerts. I've been seeing you out and about, loosey-goosey, late to appointments, late to podcasts.
Well,
You're
appointments have
slimmed
all
up.
been late, too.
You're slimmed up.
Where's
And that's very. You're,
is this
you're,
an intervention?
You're looking buff.
There you go.
Your beard is looking full. I want to know what the fuck is up.
Just living the life.
It's not the drugs, is it?
No, part of it, probably 12% of it is the drugs.
Okay. What's been going on?
Rick, what have you been up to?
Like you said, a lot of concerts. Not a lot of concerts lately.
Don't tell me that you've been to at least, I want to say 5 in the past 3 months. And I don't
3
mean
months.
to, I don't.
That goes back to December.
Yep.
So that was Social D twice. That was Ice Nine Kills and the Trinity of
Oh,
Terror.
I like them.
That was. Actually, it was 5 in the past 3 months.
Exactly. And I don't mean to be that ex-girlfriend, but
Actually,
I've
honestly,
been to 0.
if you would have rewound it a few months more back than that, there was weeks where I was going to about 3 or 4 concerts a week.
I do remember that time.
That was like,
Well, damn, Rick.
That's a lot.
I was a single man. What was I gonna do? Like stay home and cry, or go to
Yes.
concerts and rock out?
All right, I'll give you that. But still, I want to go to some concerts,
mean-
God damn it.
I mean, ideally you could do both. Yeah, there's a lot of days in the week. You could.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I got my days at home crying in. Just less than concerts.
No, it happened. I think there's something that I really appreciate about concerts. Specifically going as an adult, because like my point of reference going to concerts as a kid is like you have money to go to the concert and maybe some fucking nachos.
Yeah.
And then like at that time
And
like,
a bootleg shirt outside,
Yeah.
not inside.
if you skip if you skip the nachos like and you bum food off of somebody else, then yeah, you could buy t-shirts from the guys outside. But like it's just like at that time like we were fucking under 18. We weren't drinking yet, like so. And then going to a
Not
concert,
inside, anyways.
yeah, there you go. But going to a concert now, it's like, oh, I can afford fucking drinks. I can afford some nice tickets. And then, but also notice I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. Like, I don't want to fight to be anywhere. I meant like, not like freaking like fucking punching, but I meant like fight, like, oh, I want to be in the front. I'm going to fucking squeeze my way.
Fuck
like,
that.
yeah.
Fuck all that.
Yeah. But I feel like when you're young, like, you want to do that.
That's what we do. That's what we would show up early to get in line early, to go in early, to fight less.
Mm-hmm.
No. Now I show up when I show up, and if I stand in the back, I stand in the back.
Yeah.
I could feel that. I understand.
I ain't
Yeah.
fucking fighting no more.
Yeah, but when you're a kid, you're just like, I remember I was like, I must have been 14 or 15, and I went to go see Danzig, and I was like, no, like, I want to see Danzig up close. And then I waited, like, in the front, like, I skipped taking a piss. I must have been there for 4 hours, standing in one fucking spot, just so when, like,
shit.
Danzig came up,
Yeah.
he was close enough. But no,
See, you can do that when you're not drinking at the concert.
I don't think, I know, right? But I don't think I would do that for over 30 minutes now. Like, I don't think I'd be like,
No.
oh, I'm going to stand here for an hour.
There's no way.
No.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Yeah.
I used to do that all the time when I was younger. Like, you know what I mean? You're there to see that band. So you're going to get up front, and that's like, you're not even thinking about, like, honestly, the hassles you're about to go through because you're up front. You know what I mean? You're just saying,
Yeah.
like, fuck yeah, I made it to the front. I'm about to be right here. And then, like, you battle the next 4 fucking hours through, like, some sweaty dude that
With your
doesn't care his fucking
eagle
titties sitting
clawed
on top
onto
of
the
you.
fucking barricade, trying
Yeah.
not to lose your spot.
Yeah. But
Like,
you're,
fucking your chest is, like, getting compressed in by other people fucking bouncing on top of you.
but you're
just like-
dedicated. You're dedicated at that age. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of fucking wild that you don't even really think about it until you are a little bit like removed from it and older. And you're like, you know what?
I feel like
have
we don't
time
think
to
about
deal
it till
with
it
that shit.
wears on us.
Yeah.
And then we're
Yeah.
like, there's no way I'm going through that shit. There's no way I'm getting fucking kicked in the head by a crowd surfer. I'm not getting everyone else's sweat all over me. I'm not getting pushed around, like possibly losing a shoe. Be like, I want to go to this concert, I want to buy well overpriced drinks and stand where no one's touching me.
I think I think that was like the fucking, the first time I had gone.
If that's not the biggest reality of being 30 plus.
Yeah, I went to a fucking concert. I must have been like a couple years ago, so I was like 20 something, and I hadn't been to a show in a while. I can't remember what even show it was, but I remember being like getting pit seats or whatever it was, and then like going like looking up and being like, I'd rather sit up there in the balcony, like the first fucking row, like have a couple fucking drinks and like just enjoy it rather than being standing right here, like kind of.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I think that's where you want to be: balcony, first row,
dude.
or like the first one that goes like up, right?
Like
on
I
the pit
finally
seats.
understand why those seats are so expensive, because I used to think like, oh my god, the pit's cheaper than these seats with these idiots. Like, who fucked this up? And then I
don't they know you can wait 4 hours to be close enough to see
like,
him?
look at those assholes who get to sit down between sets.
Don't they
Fucking-
know they can buy the seats up here?
They can go to the
Yeah.
bathroom and still get their seat back.
I know. Go to the bar, get a couple
God.
drinks or whatever it is. Yeah.
Well, we know that now. Why?
Yeah.
Like
That's
And
why
it
I'm
feels
saying
the
bad.
first row of seats is like the most expensive fucking seats.
that's so like 30 plus though, like where you're like, fuck, can't I pay to not be in that crowd?
Yeah.
Isn't there
oh
like
yeah, we're
a
paying for
bar?
convenience now.
Isn't there a bar where I could buy more expensive drinks that I don't have to holler over everybody?
Yeah.
Like, I will gladly pay you $20 for that Modelo if I don't have to run through Chad and fucking Skyler to get to that shit.
Yeah, I think the other thing that I've like fucking become a fan of is nice bars. Like where before, like all you needed was the fucking trunk of some random dude's car that's like fucking handing out beers, you know, and he has a cooler.
Yeah.
And then now I'm like, I don't want to do that. Like I'd rather fucking go. Isn't there like a nice bar, like specifically with glass and lights, and like I could just sit there?
No, you know when you're fucked up, when
Yeah.
you're looking at like, all right, I'm gonna get a drink. And you look over like Jack Daniel's Black Label. All right, maybe I'm just gonna get an iced tea, I guess, because that's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Well, are we getting into whiskey? Is that what it is? Are we
I
going?
mean, if you want to,
So-
I finished mine. If you want
Jesus
to.
Christ, we just poured it. First of all, it's apple juice.
We've been here for 3.5 hours.
Have you guys?
Rick's been here for like 20 minutes.
I feel like I just got here.
You have.
Okay, so there's been a discussion, and we're going to get into the Rockies right now. But
No, wait.
I know damn well you didn't go, oh, I wish I could watch a podcast where somebody talks about the Rockies. This is a terrible idea. I just thought about it. Who's going to look up a podcast about the Rockies?
I'll
You know
be
what? I'm
honest,
not
that
gonna
was
lie.
What I was thinking about, I was like, why does somebody want to watch a review on a movie that came out
As
35
we-
years ago?
As we
It just
no, I'm sorry. As I binged about these movies today, I was like,
you know, it'd be
what
good.
the fuck am I going to talk about?
at what point, who thought this was a good idea?
I
You
got a
did,
few
actually.
things that I would like to
Was
gloss
it?
over, but about like how
was
Polly's
all your
the
idea.
worst
It was-
person. Actually, that's all I got. Polly's just like the worst person on the face of the planet.
Oh, wait, hold on. Before we get to the Rockies, before we
all
get
right, pause.
to the cream
We
of the
can
crop.
definitely do Rocky in the fucking nutshell real fast.
Yeah.
Pauly's weird. The writing was fucking cheap. Like
The
Pauly's in
vibes
the
were real
70s.
rapey.
It was the 70s, man. Everybody could get into the movies if you had the script together and you had the looks together, you can get into Hollywood. You know what I mean? That's all it really took back then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The internet didn't exist, just like we were talking about earlier. Like there's millionaires and billionaires and trillionaires that nobody fucking knows exists and having a complete following, all because of the internet. It doesn't fucking matter. You know what I'm saying? Like back then, it did. It was the 70s. It was Hollywood. You can fucking jump out
Well,
to
yeah.
fucking LA real fast and be in something from fucking a long time ago and like,
Yeah.
oh, look at that fucking classic they was in. Well, yeah, it was the fucking 70s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All they needed is anybody from the fucking side of the street to jump in real fast. Now it's the internet. Now, like, you definitely, if you haven't been somebody established, then it fucking needs to be established. And that coin doesn't even exist anymore. You know what I mean? Because, like, if you don't exist, you can go find somewhere where you will exist. You know what I mean?
Well, back then it was all just like freaking marketing shit, right? And I think the only thing you can market is like the way you look. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't even marketing back then. Like, if you had the product ready to go for them, they were gonna sell it because America didn't know what the fuck they needed. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They didn't know that they were buying a conglomerate from a brick and mortar from some motherfucker that bought Brawny towels, took it out the plastic and put it back up on the shelf and sold it for 99 cents. They didn't know that shit back then.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So,
but I think if you
approached Hollywood with a fucking script, they were good to go with it. Money didn't mean shit back then either. Like,
I mean,
$100,000 was equivalent to
what year are you referring to? I feel like this.
I'm referring to Rocky One. Rocky One, and how
they've had like heavy advertisements since like the 50s.
That is correct, but I'm talking about Hollywood in itself.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? I was like,
Hollywood in itself, like, they were giving scripts, they were giving cameras, they were doing whatever the fuck they wanted to whoever had the fucking product at the time because it didn't matter who you were. That's the same reason why Steven Spielberg shot Jaws and fucking filmed that set on the set of Universal at fucking the age of 21. That's the same reason why fucking Sylvester Stallone was to fucking demand that he starred in his own script.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like America was making money. Obviously, there was the Industrial Revolution at the time. Like, everybody had more money than like the economy was necessarily intaking. You know what I'm saying? Like, cars at the time, like a brand new muscle car at that time, fucking SS Novas and Camaros and shit.
Yeah.
$2,000. Buy a brand new home for $9,000. You know what I mean? And motherfuckers are bringing in at the time $4,000 yearly.
Wait, what? Okay,
this is the 70s.
Wait, houses were $9,000 in the 70s?
Yeah.
Really? Damn.
Yeah, they were.
That's interesting.
That's why I'm saying, like,
we actually talked about this the other day. Like a few of the barbers were talking, like, yeah, their parents told them, like, oh, we bought our first house for like $10K.
Damn.
That's what I'm saying. In the 70s, like, money was ridiculous. They were just like, Americans had too much money on top of themselves. Like, they were just giving it away. That's why I'm saying, like,
gotcha. Okay,
like $100,000 was fucking nothing to them. So, like, the fact that I think Rocky, the first Rocky was filmed on, like,
it looked like it was filmed on about $430. If I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, but I mean,
in today's money, yes, we could have shot Rocky 1 on a fucking iPhone on our pocket on a fucking monthly bill of $130. But at the time, I think they gave Sylvester Stallone, I think it was like $130,000, which was still a lot of money to just give fucking nobody off the street.
It's pretty substantial.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's still, at the time, that's like, oh, here you go, money. Like, it might do something, it might not do something, and it did do something, which I guess we can get into is like, why did it do something? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
which is more important than the movie itself.
So I just read the article because I wanted to confirm, right? Because I heard the story about that. Rick, come on, man. Rick.
Motherfucker, no one would have even known if you didn't say anything. I've been involved in the conversation this whole time.
We know.
And
Bad Rick.
Bad.
Okay. We're grinding now. We're back at it. We're no more digressing. We're good. We're here.
We all in.
We're all in. So I wanted to confirm it because I heard the story. The simple terms that it was probably some like fucking motivational speaker that said it, but he's like, there's a man, and this man wrote a script, and he wanted to be in it, and they tried to buy it from him, and he said, no, I'm not going to sell the script. unless I'm in it. And then that man was Sylvester Stallone, and that movie is Rocky. And then that's how I heard it. So I just wanted to look, like, I looked up an article on it just to confirm, like, that's actually what happened. A version of it kind of, it wasn't that simple. It's not like he was like a homeless person and he fucking like wrote the script. He did like one movie ahead of it. And
porno.
Was that the
Italian
infamous?
Stallion.
Oh, okay. Even better. Like, just got juicier. And then he wrote it. And then, like, I guess as he went to go audition for something, and then he pitched the script, and they're like, we like it, like, give us more. And then he brought the script, and then they offered to give him $360,000 for that script. And the way it said it, it's like he was already broke. So it's like anybody would have taken that. Any script writer would have taken that. But he says, no, like, I want to be in it. And they're like, no, I think they offered him a certain amount of money. I think, my bad, the $360,000 for him not to be in it.
Okay, so see, that's what it was. Double what I was already guessing. 100,
Yeah.
So $360,000.
Yeah, for it's like, hey,
what was this?
just the script.
1976.
What is that when the first one came out? Okay.
I mean, I think that's when they signed the deals. I don't think it was.
Isn't that?
I think
that's
it came
the
out.
year the first movie was set in, right?
78 or 79.
I'm pretty sure the first one was set in 1976.
I want to make sure what year it came out.
So chances are it was probably like 2 years.
1976. Boom. I was on the money. Like usual, I'm on the money. But so 1976, this fool came out with that shit, and where was he at with it? What's he doing?
You think he's? Oh, he had to unlock it.
Yeah, I was unlucky though. Yeah. All right, we're good.
So 1976.
Remind me what I was talking.
1976, $360,000. So
okay,
what is
yeah,
that?
that's what
roughly,
we're at. All right, so that's basic.
40...
That's basically almost $1 million compared to today,
Where was my rant?
right?
What was
Actually,
it?
okay, so
1976. Yeah, I got a few things to say about that.
Yeah. You know what?
I'm gonna convert this. I want to convert this.
You know, what really grinds my gears.
Convert $360,000
$360,000
to today. That's exactly what I was saying. They give this motherfucker like a ridiculous amount of money. And didn't even
Is
care.
there a calculator for that?
They
Or do you
didn't
have to
even-
put like
I just
$1?
Google it.
The inflation of it.
Shouldn't you just inflate like $1 and just do the math?
I would just say
that would be the
360
way to do it.
360K inflated to
Oh,
220.
it's $1,892,000,000.
right again,
Jesus.
like I usually am.
So almost $2 million they offered him.
They almost offered him $2 million
Yeah.
and didn't even give a fuck about the money. You know what I mean? That's just not even to be in it. That's just to have the script.
Yeah.
That's fuck you money in 70s. You know what I mean? He could have been gone forever. Nobody would have known about Sylvester Stallone. So I guess that is a testament to him fucking holding down to fucking wanting to star in his own shit. But
Yeah.
once again, which brings me back to, it's 1970 motherfucking 6. They don't give a fuck who's in the movie, bro. They really don't. Like,
Well, especially with that.
like
yeah.
the best actors, come on, that are receiving the awards for this year is just basically fucking like your traditional white people that are using traditional Hollywood acting skills, which I think there was even like a term for like the way that they were taught to speak, like fucking John Wayne and what's his name, fucking Clark Gable and what have you. Like there's a whole like class to speak that way that's very enunciated and what have you. Like, and this is the first time that they're coming out with like different shit. I think at the same time that's coming out this time is a Platoon. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So everybody is in that scramble to like, we got to get out of this whole like choreographed Hollywood bullshit and into homegrown off the street stories, which I think is why they came at this for Sylvester Stallone with so much money and the first, and then like obviously he's got the looks and the delivery to deliver all this. Why not build the star off of it?
Like, every single time every time that he spoke during all the films, I was like, ooh. Like this guy is,
but that's how he talks all the time. Like in every fucking movie he's made, right? Like that's just him.
I mean,
I don't know if it's him because like
no, it is.
We told it to be him. You know what I mean? Like,
Gotcha.
It's a character he developed, and is he able to not do that? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know.
But I also think like it's probably like I'm not saying like that voice, that type of character has been all of them. I mean, that's just literally
I'm gonna
what I
say
said.
actually he is able to do that because goddamn, Assassins is a good ass fucking movie.
I haven't seen it. No, but
Assassins
with wait, hold on, wait,
Antonio Banderas.
Wait, I'm making a point.
Shut up. Make your point.
No, I think that's him, but I think that's like him, like he's just like fucking doing a version of himself, right? I don't think that's like if he went to the subway, I don't think he'd be like, "Yo, Adrian, let me get a fucking like."
Actually, you're right. You're
Yeah,
right. Because in like King of Tulsa, he spoke way better. Like, yeah, maybe he was actually. Now that I think about it, he probably just was playing like a super punch drunk dude that.
Yeah,
like he literally had brain damage.
In the first one, he for sure nails down like fucking young buck with too much fucking money on their hands. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And all they do is fucking box. Like, you know what I mean? Like, dog, I work with 18-year-olds and 19-year-olds that like go to boxing school and they about to have upcoming boxing matches and stuff, and that's exactly you know what I mean. They're about to have a boxing match at the community college over here. You know what I mean? And like they're fucking walking around like, I just got slammed like this and that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So like, he definitely nails that shit.
Yeah,
nails
like
shit.
knucklehead boxer kind of.
And was that intentional or not? I don't know, but it definitely fucking like happened.
I wonder how he came up with it. Like, did he probably do some boxing? Because I'll tell you, like watching the movie, he definitely spent time inside a boxing gym. I don't know if that meant like fucking he was an amateur fighter. I don't know what that meant exactly, but he like when you watch the movie, there's definitely a lot of boxing stuff, and you're just like, that makes sense. Like the way the gym looks, like boxing gyms still look like that.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, maybe not like fucking what do you call it? Like a high-end MMA gym or like a jiu-jitsu gym, but like if you go to a straight boxing gym, it looks like that. And more than likely, it's definitely a cheaper gym, but you still have them for sure.
Yeah, no, yeah, they're definitely still out there like that.
Yeah,
I thought about that too when I was watching it, looking at his gyms. It's like, yeah, these all look like the Fontana Boxing Club. Like they all look the same.
Yeah, Fontana Boxing Club. That's almost exactly what it looked like. I don't. Is it? Well, holy shit! It is still there. I passed by the other day.
Is it still
I
there?
think it's still there.
Holy shit!
Yeah, the one up there on Sierra, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That one's still there. So he definitely like spent some time. The other thing was that I noticed, and all of them too. I remember the first time I saw it, I hated the boxing. Like I was like, it's just like the fakest fucking boxing shit I've ever seen. But for what it's worth and how much they were hitting each other, I was like, that part actually makes sense. Like especially like the slugfest, like especially when you get like sluggers that are tired, they do that. They're just like fucking. Maybe the only thing I didn't like also was fucking that they were only mostly punching with the one hand.
Yeah,
did you notice that?
I did.
Yeah,
I did notice that a lot. It was just like always, like the dominant hand just swinging.
Yeah. I heard during the first one that they essentially were like trying these takes where they were really hitting each other because that's like the fucking gentleman's agreement that him and
Carl Weathers.
There you go. That Carl Weathers, they did this gentleman's agreement where they're like, hey, like I really want to sell this. Let's really start hitting each other. So some of the hits that you watch are actually like fucking legit hits where they're fucking like getting mad and like going harder and stuff like that.
Shit.
Yeah. And like I was like, when I was watching it, I was trying to keep an eye for it. I was like, okay, like let me see. And like some of the hits for sure he was hitting them. So.
Oh yeah. I was looking at some of them like they're. Like these guys are not like professional WWE actors. Like,
yeah,
they're getting hit for sure.
They're going for it.
There was also some hits where they were definitely not getting hit at all.
Yeah. definitely some. I think the body shots look pretty fake. Yeah.
But there was something you had said. The Rockies definitely, as they progress, they get better.
Oh yeah,
So,
Yeah. Well,
I think part of that is also because, like, I think that's just like kind of anything.
yeah.
Anything you work at gets better. And obviously, the first script that Sylvester Stallone wrote for Rocky is his first real true movie script. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That got developed into such an extent. And as that went on, like his understanding of like what an audience wants and desires out of a movie and what it requires to make a real movie
Yeah.
is better developed. And I think that's why like that happens too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, one is cool, but it's very also like cliche. You know what I
Well-
mean? Like every scene has got like, there's like a, like, almost like, oh, we're shooting this scene so that way we can get the actor to deliver this line. And that's why we're doing this. And I guess like you can argue that down for every fucking movie and every shot. And that's
Yeah,
why
but-
everything is boiled down
But
to that.
also, wasn't it just like kind of for its time as far because like we look at it as like cliche because it's been done so many times, like parodied and like everything. But it's when you saw it for the first time, it was probably really fucking good. Like by the time,
it was to me.
maybe I don't know. Maybe not.
I mean,
Not to me.
like you could look at the scene where he's going up the stairs and fucking, music's playing, he's fucking raising his hands. You go, oh, that's fucking cliche, but that was the first time it was done.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not talking about that sign. I'm talking about
Yeah.
like on like a Rocky one where like there's like there's like a scene where he's in his first apartment and it's kind of trashed up and it's got like the mattress pad like wrapped around like one of the walls and stuff, and he just kind of like slugs it and stuff, and he kind of sloshes around. It seemed like he's trying to build like a. It's kind of like what I was saying. He's trying to build a home sense and a relatability of the character to the audience, but he doesn't necessarily know how to execute that yet. Where in like the later movies, he does know how to execute that better. Like in like 5 and like 5, I go back to because I feel like he executes that the best. There's like a scene where he's in Christmas with his family, like they're just like opening presents. You know what I mean?
The scene where in 5, where he has Polly plays Anna.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
And
That's
his son
such.
mouths
That's
off to
so,
him.
Yeah. Okay. That's such a real scene. You know what I mean? Like that's like that scene is more relatable to most of the audience than fucking the scene of like in Rocky 1
Like
where
even like what Rocky 4, where he has a robot bring a cake to Polly.
yes.
Totally not.
You
And
guys, guys never had a robot?
And then they they proceeded to push that robot through like half the movie.
Like even rich people in that time don't relate to that shit because they're like, "Oh, this is outrageous."
Happy birthday, Polly.
You know what I mean? Here's your bottle back.
If you could relate that way.
Here's the baton.
I just feel like he finally understood what it meant to be writing and how to like address the audience that's watching the movies.
Yeah.
And make them feel like they're a part of these movies. You know what I mean? Then in Rocky 1, we're like, first we're gonna have this boxer who first like it was kind of weird. We're like he fucking like goes to like this underground ring where they all make bets on this guy who they already know is good is a good boxer who's already got a name made for himself.
Okay, so let's go in order. Let's go Rocky 1.
Let's
So
go.
now you're referring to Rocky 1, literally the beginning, like
It starts
movie-
off
okay,
with them already fighting.
So we're on
You know
Rocky.
what I
Hold on, wait. So for the sake of the listeners, we're on Rocky 1.
Rocky 1.
This is what we're going to cover. So let's go in order. So my bad. Go ahead.
So Rocky 1, he's already a fighter. He's already slugging away. He's already got coaches. He's already got a team, and he's already got stats, and he's already got betters, right? And then he takes down this guy, and then he makes fucking, what was it, like I think it was $40 after fucking they cut everything right, which at the time,
I don't know if he had a team. I think he was just like the top leg breaker at the time.
Yeah, my favorite is like the guy had a nickname. It was like Mad Dog something. So when he went back to Paulie, he's like, Paulie, I knocked out Mad Dog something. He's like, Mad Dog's a bum or whatever the fuck. Like it just wasn't. Yeah, I like the context because you watch it and you're like, oh man, he's a good fighter. He's a good fighter, but he's not like.
But I think at the time he was just the top badass. He wasn't like the most
like a good local fighter.
That's where like the first conflict I feel like comes in with the writing. Like he's supposed to be this top badass.
Locally.
But at the locally,
yeah.
But at the same time, locally, nobody knows who the fuck he is.
He's a bum.
He's a bum.
He's
so which one the fuck is he? You know what I mean?
First of all, hanging out at trash can fires.
I gotta say, as I've been watching these movies fucking recently, like how many times I call my dog a bum is fucking ridiculous. Like I just like it'd be like fucking Brenda, like fucking just cooking. I'd just be passing by and look at my dog Ryder and be like, "You're a bum, Ryder. You're a bum."
And that's why I mean the writing was a little.
Tell me you didn't. Tell me you don't feel like saying you're a fucking bum randomly after watching these movies.
No, you do, and you feel like you felt like, oh, I said that to them more insultingly than they know. You know
Wait, what?
Like, because you just called them a bum, and they're like, all right, then fucking Rocky reference, weirdo. And like, no, you don't understand what a bum is. You're a bum.
I mean,
you didn't hear the rum. You're a bum.
That's pretty good mix. That's a pretty good mix.
No, man. I had an old coworker. That fool had that shit down pat.
Really?
Actually, that fool, he had the Rocky and the coach down like so good. Like,
Really?
Oh man, I miss that guy.
But you know what sucks is like that's one of those like fucking talents that just goes nowhere. Like, what do you have a talent for? Like, I can imitate fucking Rocky and Mick, and you're like, God forbid you're talking to like a 19-year-old because be like, who? Like, what the fuck? Are you?
You're like, what's wrong with you?
Don't
You're
do
making fun of special education people,
Right? It's
like
like it's like if you had a good bit about like making fun of Jersey Shore or something like that. You'd be like, I have this really funny rant about making fun of Jersey Shore, and everyone's like, what the fuck is that? Like, I've never heard of that.
Which sucks because Jersey Shore.
To be
like
fair, they might still know because that shit's still going.
I found that about I found that about I can't fucking talk. I found that I found out that fucking like just like the other day that I didn't know like they have like a fucking like a I mean I like pun intended it's like a washed up Jersey Shore, right?
They're like the reality show version of the fucking Fast and the Furious. If it makes money, they're gonna keep fucking doing it.
That's actually the other one I wanted to do, Fast and the Furious.
Oh, dude.
But we
that's
have to,
gonna take
right?
a year for me to watch all those movies.
There's 9, right? Fast 9. I think that's
There's
yeah
supposed
because
to
the
be
new
10.
one. Because the new one coming out is X, so that's like the thing.
I've
But
only seen 1 and 2.
But this is okay. This is really
That's all you
Yep,
need.
that's it.
no, dude.
I think
Three's
he's right.
good. 3's good. Don't get me wrong.
good.
But it's
I
not
heard
Fast
5
and
is good.
Furious.
The 4th one wasn't that great. The 5th one was really good.
No,
I heard
it's not
5 was really good.
Dude,
it's a cool movie. Look it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, if you like the first
there's
3,
a
it's
few
really
of
good.
them. There's a few of them after 3 that are like cool movies, but they could have been better if they would have taken away the Fast and Furious title from it and let it be its own thing.
But they can't.
They could have done more with it.
Yeah,
But like 1 and 2 are really the only ones.
At this point, they know they
that you
could
need.
put the Fast and Furious
And
name on it
I
and
didn't
sell it no matter
this is weird, 'cause
what
I,
it is.
okay, I didn't like part 2.
That's fucking weird.
I didn't like it.
You don't like Tokyo Drift?
I like that's 3.
That's
I like
three?
I like part 3.
1
Yeah.
and 2 is the one with Tyrese and dude. 2 is so good.
Actually, okay, so I've seen 3. Actually,
3?
you know what? 2 was good.
2 was super good. That's what I'm
I didn't-
saying. Like
I
2
didn't-
is like
Pockets ain't
one,
empty, cuz.
2 is one of the greatest, fucking most classic sequels of all movies of all time. It's
What?
Fast and Furious
I would never
2.
say of all time.
Too Fast, Too Furious is just as good as
I won't
Terminator 2.
I won't get. Oh, get the fuck.
I'll say that bold face right now.
I was literally about to say.
That's why I said it the way I said it.
I was literally about to say because fuck Terminator 2, right? And like you fucking brought it back.
Dude,
Jesus.
literally Terminator 2's reference like you would think it was the original fucking
That's
movie.
why I'm saying Too Fast, Too Furious is just as good as T2.
Nah, everyone knows Fast and Furious 1. Bullshit. No one likes the tuna.
I said it's a greatest
Oh, yeah.
sequel.
That was,
I didn't say
hey,
it's
what'd
one
you
of the
put in
great-
that sandwich?
I didn't say it's one of
Good
the greatest
fucking line.
movies. I didn't
Good.
say it's one of the greatest movies because Fast and Furious is definitely one of the greatest movies.
But the second one did not overtake the first one.
I didn't say
Most
that.
people
I said
couldn't
Too
even.
Fast, Too Furious is just as good as a sequel as T2.
But no, it's not
Yes.
though because T2
It's
like
just as
overtook.
good.
Not only did it overtake the first one, I feel like it overtook the whole franchise. Like it's quoted, it's remembered. People don't
I
even
didn't say it was
realize.
better. I didn't say it was better. I said it's just as good.
I'm just saying it's not on par
It's
That's
not.
on par.
It's
It's,
not
on
on
par.
par.
It's on par.
because people
Of
don't.
sequels on sequels. If you're gonna put a par of sequels,
But what
1
I'm
through
saying is
4,
like that
who's
sequel.
on there?
Wait,
that
wait.
sequel.
Hold on. My
we
bad.
just
Rick.
fucked up
No.
the whole
No,
Rocky
no, we did it. We did it. Rick,
conversation.
Rick. Yeah, that sequel.
No, I was gonna say the T2 made people forget about number one.
Yes.
Yep.
That
Too
is
Fast and
absolutely right.
Furious did not make people forget about the first Fast and the
I'll
Furious.
give you
it
that.
did not.
I'll give you that. But if we're doing
Wait a minute. Wait, but this is why we should have a Fast and the Furious fucking thing. It'd be good.
Shit, I guess that
I
did,
guess
Because-
that's a
that
good
did just
argument.
kind of prove
Yeah,
it right
and
there.
this is also why we talked about like mine and Drew's favorite show is Futurama. And the only reason I said we shouldn't have a podcast on Futurama is because we're gonna sit here and go, Futurama's fucking awesome for fucking 2 hours. But I'm saying
yeah.
Fast and the Furious, different opinions, and especially as it goes on. I mean, as soon as you get in part 2, you already have different opinions. But best fucking segue ever. Now we're on. Are we on Rocky 2 yet? Can we
not quite.
We're not
yet.
yet? Okay, my bad.
Not
Yeah,
quite
I
yet.
guess,
I'll go back,
there's a couple things on Rocky 1 because, like I was saying, the fucking writing is like it's too cliche because
I mean, it was
he
weird.
gives something that he's good at and then he takes it away from himself and then he gives something that he's good at, like fucking he's good at being muscle for the fucking gangsters, but then he takes it away from him because he's a fucking good guy, doesn't want to be a muscle for the gangsters, but then he's a good boxer, but he takes it away because nobody fucking knows who
But
the
he's
fuck
also
he is.
super creepy to Adrian. And
Yes.
fucking
That
franchise.
whole thing was fucking.
That's a whole nother thing. Like, I mean, Rocky is creepy to Adrian, and Adrian's brother's fucking hella creepy to Adrian.
Well, yeah, because he implies that, like, yeah, do it my sister, do
Something,
it my sister.
something
Like,
I gotta
he-
say though, he nailed down a fucking drunk ass like perfectly. Like being drunk.
A drunk Kirby brother for sure, yeah, because I know lots of people who are
No,
drunk
but-
brothers that are still not. I know lots of people
No,
that
no,
are
no,
brothers
no.
that are drunks that are
No, no, no.
assholes that are fucking
but
not good
hold on.
people that are still not
I'm not on
creepy
the.
to
I'm
their
not on the.
sister
I'm not
like
on the
that.
subject of his sister. I'm on the subject of just him being drunk.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like him, kind of like he has that. Like every time he gets drunk, he has that like moment where he's like you think you're fucking better than me, or like whatever it is. Like that's a drunk ass right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
like,
it is.
yeah.
Paulie did do that well.
Where he's like, hey man, maybe you had enough. Like I tell you when I had enough. Like that's a drunk ass.
Yeah.
Like that's fucking. Yeah. I think the way he came off like was super creepy for sure. Like there's no doubt about it. Because the first time it like when he's having the conversation, it makes sense. Like not make sense, but he goes like he thinks like his sister's kind of a fucking loser or whatever, and he's like, oh, like I think Rocky's a good guy. Like fucking talk to my sister. But then he definitely got super weird with it. Was like, you're banging my sister or whatever. You're like, wait, what? Like,
He was like, you facilitated this.
yeah, and it's one of those things is like it's one of those like when like you're fucking when like your fucking sister's boyfriend or you don't like you could be cool with them, but at what point would you be like, you bang my sister, don't you? And it's like it's a weird kind of place to go to. But yeah.
No, I mean, I see what you're saying. I'm trying to relate to it, though, and I can't. Like,
Not at all. It's super weird.
I guess you would
Yeah.
have to know someone that you knew before they hooked up with your sister.
That's what
which
makes me think
I've
about
not.
it. That's what makes me think
Mhm.
that like a lot of Rocky's story probably comes from just things he saw on the street growing up in Philadelphia. Did he grow up in Philadelphia?
Oh, I don't know.
Or did he
I
pull
think they
this?
just
Did
chose
he pull
Philadelphia.
this shit out of his ass? Because, which would make a lot. One of the funniest parts of Rocky 1, the singing hoodlums on the street.
Wait, what?
The singing
When he's-
hoodlums.
they're
There's
all-
just like fucking a group of fucking hoodlums that are like badass boys that are like lighting a trash can fire
Oh yeah.
that he just comes out
He
to
goes-
after the fight and fucking like
He just grabs someone's bottle, fucking
bottle of wine.
randomly.
They're just sipping on a bottle of
I
wine.
don't remember them singing though.
They're singing.
Yeah.
They're singing.
Really?
Yeah, and he just like comes up and grabs a swig of wine off of one of them, and then bums a puff of a cigarette off of
Yeah.
one, which I guess I get kind. That's why I'm saying like he must have got it from somewhere, because I've been in situations where like. I mean, I don't get a whole cigarette, but they fucking offer, oh, you could get a hit off my cigarette, and I fucking definitely hit that cigarette. You know what I mean? And gave it right back to them. You
It's
know
always
what I'm
some
saying?
pre-COVID shit for sure.
It
Yeah.
was definitely some pre-COVID shit. You know what I'm saying? That's some like that's a 90 kids type thing. You know what I mean? Like, all right, you know what I mean?
I think that's just a teenager thing. I'm pretty
I don't
sure
know about
teenagers
A
are still
teenager
doing
thing,
that.
yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
I've seen
No.
many a cigarette passed around
Yes, yeah.
as if no one had herpes.
I hope so. I hope that still
Yeah.
exists in the world. You know what I mean? That we're not all
I mean,
gone.
how fucking prevalent is smoking cigarettes anymore?
Not that prevalent.
It seems to be
actually.
like for the older
get shunned
older
now
crowd
for
now.
that.
Like the only people I see like really smoking cigarettes is like people that socially do it at a bar or just really
But
like
now it's
50-plus-year-old people.
now it's like vapes, right? But they just outlawed those too. So.
But you know what? They passed those around too, so I guess it's the same thing.
true.
Yeah, that's true.
True.
There's been a couple times where
It
like
just morphed.
Yep.
yeah.
It's just new age.
Um
That's cool though. But like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what he did, and I was always like, that's like, was that a real thing that happened to him? I don't know. Maybe they had singing hoodlums back then, but
supposed
that
to be like a
was a reoccurring event. And 1, 2, and I believe 3, and I think actually it went over to 4. They were still in there.
I remember they were there in 4.
what do you guys think of I like the way he wrote Mick's character for sure. Like they had that weird interaction where he knew he was gonna fight fucking Creed.
I thought you were talking about 4. Where he was like, "Why don't you just give me a chance?"
Yeah, and that's a part one.
Because you wasted talent.
So like the way he did it, like he knew he was like done. He knew he was washed up, and that part they nailed too. Like because when you go to a boxing gym, most of the time they're mostly like working on their champions or guys that have potential. They're not going to waste their time. You could pay fucking $20 a month at a boxing gym, and they will not look at you. Of course, if you pay fucking $200 at a kickboxing gym or a jiu-jitsu gym, they'll fucking work with you one-on-one because you're paying that much.
Not so much though.
Really?
No, you could pay damn near close to $300 at a jiu-jitsu gym, and they're still going to pay more attention to their most potential students.
That is true.
And probably half the class just kind of falls by the wayside. They, if anything, they get attention from like the blue belt coach.
Oh, okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
But you are going to get a guy that works with you that's fucking better than you.
A little bit,
Yeah. And then if you show that potential, you're right about that. But I meant like you get more bang for your buck, like the more you spend money. But like I remember when I used to go to a boxing gym, I was paying $20 a month, and I barely ever talked to the fucking coach. They were always kind of like exactly the way Mick is, having a fucking timer, working with their champions, and then like the way they wrote out that kind of relationship with them, like, oh, you're a fucking bum, I'm not going to pay attention to you. I thought was really good. And then, but he's still like an old guy that has like his like younger years that he reflects back on. And I love like that scene where he knocked on his door after he knew he was going to fight fucking Creed. That's the guy's name, right? Creed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Apollo
Creed.
Creed.
There, I was like saying Creed, but it was weird. Yeah. So when he knew he was going to fight Apollo Creed, Mick goes and knocks on his door because he wants to train him. And that scene was super uncomfortable, but it was really good. Like it was like this weird, like, hey, like you were just calling him a bum. Like, aren't you like too fucking prideful to show up and like fucking ask for that favor after you called him a bum? But like the way he did it, like he was reflecting on his old years, and I'm like, oh shit, like this is actually pretty good. Like that
was good.
Yeah.
Writing, yeah.
It was because it's uncomfortable to watch and you feel bad, and like Rocky kind of himself had the struggle or whatever it was. I don't know. I thought I really liked Mick's character, like the way he wrote him out, the way it was executed, everything in the first one.
Who didn't love Mick though?
Yeah.
This is why well, I'll lead to why 3 is my favorite. But so yeah, the first one. So I mean, we've all seen it, so we don't need to fucking describe it. But yeah, he fucking fights Apollo Creed.
Just goes there, and by the way, like for anyone that somehow hasn't seen it, he ends up fighting Apollo because Apollo was supposed to have a championship match, I believe, in Philly, and his opponent hurt his hand 5 weeks before or something like that. So Apollo was just like, well, I'm still getting my bag, so open challenge to the city. Like
once again,
whoever
it's the
wance to
70s.
come.
It's the 70s open challenge.
Not the internet.
A guy with everything to lose is like, anyone with everything to gain can come fight me.
Yeah. But I like his character in that too. Well, his character didn't make that much sense at the time. Like, why would he fucking just fight it? Like, but I liked his, like, he's like just thinking money and marketing too. And they even have that part where his trainer was looking at the fights with Rocky, and like Apollo was in the back, like talking about money and marketing. And he's like, "Hey man, you might want to come look at this fight." He's like, "Man, for what?" He's like, "I'm talking about money over here." And then like, they keep doing it. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay." And then that's like some fucking foreshadowing for sure. But I like his character in that. Like, he's a guy that's like fucking like the LeBron James of fucking boxing at that time, and he's just like thinking about money. He's not.
Yeah, that's actually probably another like good, interesting thing that we didn't think about was during the 70s and the late 60s, boxing really kind of dominated the sports industry.
It did.
You know what I mean?
Sure. It was
Where
the
like
combat
nowadays,
sport.
it's not really like dominating the industry like it did back then.
You have
Muhammad
some of the
Ali
biggest boxers in the world right now
of all time
is
quite
Jake
honestly.
Paul.
Back then,
No, I'm
Yeah.
saying, but
Jake
I'm saying
Paul.
this is what boxing
who
has
lost?
become.
He just lost.
He lost. Who did he lose to?
I don't know.
He lost to some guy named something Fury. I don't remember. I think Tommy Fury. He lost to him by decision, but Tommy Fury was actually like the first legitimate fighter that he's ever
Is he
fought.
related to Tyson Fury?
Not that I know of.
Oh,
He
okay.
could be, but I don't know. I didn't look that deep into it. But yeah, he lost. And I'll give Jake this. He hung in there with the guy, and this guy was actually the first guy that he fought that's like legitimate undefeated fighter, just as many knockouts, like legit dude.
Yeah, I like the wait, Jake the Paul brothers, is that?
Yeah. So Logan's the one that does
Logan
wrestling,
Paul, Jake Paul. Yeah, I like
and
him.
then Jake is the one that boxes.
Oh, okay.
I actually don't know if I like Logan or not, but that dude is actually a damn good like WWE wrestler.
Yeah, I saw his match against
He's got a
Roman
lot
Reigns.
of talent.
I was watching it. Yeah, I like the guys. I think they're good. Like they're heels of the world. Like you want, like they're kind of like you want to see them lose, but they don't. Like even in you wanting to see them lose, like they're winning because you're fucking paying to watch whatever the fuck they're in. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
But I mean, Logan
Yeah,
won
Logan.
me over because, like, okay, you're going up with the head of the company right now. You're going up with Roman Reigns, who's the guy that has the company on his back right now.
Yeah.
And you give what could probably be considered at least a 4-star match. That's pretty fucking good. I was like, I got nothing bad to say about this.
Yeah. Well, mostly we could do a podcast on WWE too, but we got to come back to Rocky.
There's
Gotta
so
come back
many
to-
we could do.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Let's go back.
So Rick, my bad. You were saying how you no, you're describing the plot. Like so.
Yeah, okay, so
Yeah.
he holds an open challenge, and then obviously Rocky gets it. We talked about it, and Mick decided to train him. So obviously, they go through the fight, right? And like,
Yeah. He loses.
obviously, if you go through this, there's no such thing as a spoiler. He loses by split decision.
Yeah.
Here's what I didn't understand: the whole thing about at the end. Paul's like, "I don't want a rematch. I don't want a rematch," and Rocky goes, "It ain't gonna be one." But then they proceed to have a rematch in the next film. So
Here's
I'm
what
like,
I don't
Wait a minute. Wait.
understand.
What? I thought he did want the rematch. He was just,
No. They both said it. They both agreed at the end of the fight. Apollo told him, like, after the last bell rang, and he was the first fighter to ever go the distance with Apollo.
Yeah.
He said, "I don't want a rematch. It's not going to be a rematch." And then just Rocky looks at him and goes, "Ain't going to be one." And then,
okay. Oh,
And then when
okay.
they wheel him
During
out
the
in the
fight.
wheelchairs.
Yeah, because I was saying when they're in the wheelchairs, he was like,
But-
"Come on, we finish it right now." Like,
but I
Yeah, that's what I was kinda-
understand Apollo's stance on it in the second one, which we'll
Yeah.
get to. But why overall was that a thing? Like, if you're Rocky,
yeah,
if you're some like bum that just wants to come up in the boxing world, and you go to the distance with the champion. It's a split decision too. You have every reason to want a rematch. You have every reason to keep pushing your name out there, and you'd be like, no, I don't want it.
Unless it was part of the
why the fuck?
I think that was like why like his character was like special, for fucking lack of a better
Wasn't
term.
also this match only an exhibition match?
Yeah, but then
was it only supposed to be an exhibition match between him and Rocky?
Yeah, but then it just kind of goes. I think that's the point. It's supposed to be like, hey, this is a casual match, but now it's a real match. And I think
what I love about that is that like it's an exhibition match. They literally let them slug each other into fucking wheelchairs.
Well, I mean that's what Holyfield and Tyson did.
That was an exhibition match.
That was an exhibition match.
That was an exhibition. I didn't know that.
Damn, I missed that.
No, that was an exhibition
match.
Missed
those days. You know what I mean? Where you can just fuck somebody up. We signed a contract. It's fine.
I mean, there's another exhibition match that goes off the rails in this, but we'll get to that.
Oh yeah. So he loses.
And he doesn't go, yo, Adrian, in the first one. He just goes, Adrian. And she's looking for him.
What happened to your hat?
And then they hug.
He says, what happened to your hat? That's what he says to her.
Is that really?
Yes.
I'm fucking done.
What the fuck was he? He's like, what happened to your hat? Because he always was a hat.
So we're introduced to a bunch of characters too, so we could try to break them down as the movies go along. So Rocky, boxer, underdog, fucking over the hill, comeback fighter, does it. We have Apollo Creed, top-notch fighter, fucking all about marketing.
All-world champion.
Yeah, world-class.
No one's ever even finished a fight with him.
Yep.
They've all been knocked out. He's 100% KO record.
Yep. Then we have Adrian, which is like she's like the fucking pet shopkeeper.
Shut in.
Yeah, and she just works there, and she's super quiet, and he like
in the first movie was not a great actor.
No. It was really well. I mean, she meant to come off that weird, right? Like kind of like like really mousy.
She meant
and
to, but like honestly, that was probably one of the greatest actor comebacks of all time.
Like her evolution was insane.
Yeah, I'll give her that. I mean, but it was. I mean, she was also probably just given that direction in the first one too to her fucking.
She could be that good.
Yeah, be like, hey,
she could be that good.
She probably tried to talk too much, and they were like, we want you to be like not say anything. Like they probably had a lot of that going on. So with her, we have her brother, which is fucking like
the biggest dirtbag of all time.
Yeah, really weird. Like you try to hook him up, and then after fucking they got together, you just like, you banging my sister, and like weird fucking inappropriate shit.
And this guy's supposed to be Rocky's best friend.
Yeah, his best friend. Yeah, up until all of them, right? Like that's his number one guy. Then anybody else that I missed? No, right?
No.
Okay.
I mean, except we covered him already, but you got Mick.
Mick
goes through.
Mick,
Apollo's
trainer.
manager. His
manager and
because
trainer.
he comes back later.
He stays through the
like
series
Tommy Gunn
through.
And shit.
No.
He's not Tommy Gunn's manager.
He's not Tommy's manager. He goes all the way through into 4. He has an appearance in 5, but just in the recap, and that's it.
Oh yeah. And it was like a
I feel
flashback.
like we should know who that is because that actor's kind of been around.
Yeah, no, he's in a lot of things.
Okay, so all right, so Rocky faces faces Apollo Creed, loses in a decision. Okay, split decision. Yeah, there was and then now we're on part 2, and then it starts off with Apollo Creed wanting the rematch. So now we're on part 2. Apollo Creed wants his
Rocky's
rematch
baller now.
Because they give him shit.
He's got endorsements and shit now.
Oh yeah. He has endorsements. But
here's the thing. So like for Apollo, it was a split decision. Everyone's telling him, well, did you really win that fight? Now he wants to prove it.
Right. So he
wants to prove it.
This was like already one of my favorite character developments in that he came off as like this fucking marketing guy, like, oh, this is fucking nobody. And then now it's like, oh shit, like it's all that competitive spirit that got him there in the first place.
Like maybe it brings him back to being a fighter. Maybe it brings him back to like he went through what Conor went through, except when Conor got to that height, he let it go. But Apollo stayed on top, but found his hunger again.
He didn't let it go. He got knocked out to the point where he couldn't fight anymore.
Who?
Conor.
I really feel like Conor he's just been so unmotivated to fight.
Well, because he lost his last like 2-3 fights.
No, because so you can't tell me that he didn't eat Dustin Poirier's lunch only to get beat by him twice. Like that,
he ate it, but he wasn't there with him.
Because the Connor that beat Poirier the first time, that smoked Poirier the first time, was not rich, was not set for life. Next time he fights him, he's set for life. He's out here trying to sell as much as he can, putting everything he can into his marketing, which he always kind of has.
He had a very, very intelligent career.
He's got hands in companies, and then
is
he's
Connor
losing.
fucking Apollo Creed? I think so.
I think that I thought that too. I think that he can be, but I feel like Apollo kind of followed it.
No, he's Apollo Creed.
Except, actually, you know what? You might be right.
He's like I'm like doing all the fucking.
As we get down the road, we'll kind of find out why he actually is Apollo Creed.
It's been a couple years already, and
I thought the last time
he's supposed to fight again.
I saw him fight was against.
No, he's
gonna
fight. He's gonna fight Michael Chandler.
That's like 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, it's since then.
I don't fight.
Since then, he did the fight with Cerrone where he TKO'd him with his shoulder.
Oh yeah,
and then he fought Poirier twice. Lost both of them, and now he's gonna fight Michael Chandler, and Connor's gonna lose that one too.
Yeah,
I love Connor, but I also love Chandler, and I know Chandler's a dog.
But this is like the Apollo Creed in him, because he should be fighting fucking Jake Paul. That's who he should be fighting. He should be.
Holy
like that's
100%.
Like that's the money. Like people will pay
that low. Or I don't
Not
know.
that low.
No,
That's,
I mean,
that fight's going to pay him the most money.
But that's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't qualify a high or low class fight by money. I would
but we're saying like as far as what Connor's after the payday.
But this is what I'm saying. This is why he's Apollo Creed, because Apollo Creed did not want a money fight. Like they even said it, like when they were talking, they were like, "Oh, he's like, you could fight this fighter, make this much." He's like, "I don't want to fight another fighter. Like I want to fight the guy that everybody's saying I can't beat." Like that's why it's Connor. Like that's why I'm just like, that's still his competitive. I know, right? That's He's been wanting that fight for so long. He's not going to get it ever. He already got served up. Yeah,
it's never going to happen again.
But yeah, so now we're fucking with Apollo, and he's obsessed. He's obsessed
at this point. But Rocky has been told by the doctor that you detached your fucking retina in your fight.
Out of all the things in the fucking movie, that's the thing that was so like way too fucking redundant. Was that like they kind of touched on the first one, like, hey, you're kind of washed up, and the second one they're already talking about like, hey, you're too old to fight, essentially, like, because on the first one they're like, you're washed up or whatever, and then they're like, yeah, you're too old to fight, you're getting injured, and then they sold that for the next 5 fucking films.
Yeah, they did.
That's
they really did.
That's the one thing but at the to their fucking to their defense, like they didn't know they were gonna go fucking 7 more, 5 more, whatever it was.
Yeah, honestly, probably they thought they probably filmed every film like it was the last.
I can see that.
I feel like that's always the way to really do it.
So
you know what I mean? Don't film this shit like we're gonna film some next shit, because then it puts pressure on, like, you have to pull some shit out of your ass. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like honestly, I was kind of surprised when I did kind of restart watching the Rockies. I was like, damn, like, what the hell? I don't even recall there being 6 Rockies. Like, we're always making fun of Fast and Furious for there being a next Fast and Furious, but
because all the Rockies were good.
The Rockies already did this shit. Like, why the fuck do we have so many fucking Rockies? I
guess technically you can count the Creeds as Rockies.
Yeah,
I would.
There probably honestly is at this point about 9 Rockies.
And really, the Creeds are.
Have you seen all
good.
9 Rockies? It sounds fucking funny on paper.
Yeah, but I haven't seen Rocky Balboa.
Okay, so second one,
nobody's seen.
He wants it. He has some issues. He's getting old.
Creed wants this.
Yeah,
Rocky's been told this. Adrian doesn't want it because he could potentially go blind from his retina damage, and also at the same time, like you had alluded to, Drew, he got hit up by an agent. He's making that baller money on sponsorships. He doesn't need to really fight.
No, he does. No, wait, he doesn't have the sponsor. Remember, he sucked as an actor. He was like,
Oh yeah.
remember he was starting that fucking weird cage and was like,
Yeah.
sell the cereal. But so he essentially, it was both him.
don't boo the bird.
Yeah.
Like, God damn it.
Yeah. So he starts running out of money.
Yeah, so that's the
That's
thing.
what it was.
So
Yeah, yeah.
he did get the sponsorships.
Yep.
He was making money. Then he started running out. Adrian still wasn't on board until I think she got into an argument with Polly, and she
I'm going.
passed out. Oh, we'll take a pause.
No, keep going. Of course.
Okay. So she passes out.
Yeah.
Well, actually, okay, hold on. I got it again. So he is gonna fight Creed.
Yeah.
And she's not on board. Because you know what? Several times throughout this franchise, Adrian has proven that it's not that she's not a ride or die bitch, but she
Per
will.
se.
She shoots you down at least once and then comes back to you. Because she shot Rocky down. She was like, I will not support you. I won't
Whoa.
support you. If you're going to fight him, I won't support you. And that's when Polly and her got in the argument, to which she fainted and went into a coma. And Rocky stayed with her in the hospital. And he
Just like
stayed with
every
her in the
ride or die
hospital.
bitch would have done.
minute,
God
is that-
damn it.
So Rock was by her side the whole time.
That was part 2, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? Hold on,
And
right
then she
quick.
has
Hold
the-
on. Let's. This seems like a good interlude to my ride or die real fast. To my girl Raina, she bought.
I thought you were talking about beer.
No. My girl, dog, Raina. She bought us these beers when we were on a little family trip to San Diego. We stopped in Palace, and she bought us some speedboats for our podcast
Yes.
today. So cheers.
Hey,
Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers.
Appreciate it.
thank
Love
you.
you.
We love you. Keep buying us beer.
It's good.
All right, back
Oh,
into
that's
this.
nice.
We appreciate it. Yeah, and that was
So-
wait, we gotta have another one for the people listening. Chances are, if you're watching this podcast, you're a dude and you're probably drinking. So cheers to you
Oh, yeah.
as well.
Yeah, and,
Cheers to everybody who's drinking.
Cheers.
and always feel free to buy us beer. We'll drink it on air.
Oh yeah.
Promise.
Yeah, so
So she fainted because of like going into labor, and she goes in like a little coma, and I can't remember like exactly how it goes. She has the baby, but Rocky won't even see the baby until the baby can be with him and the mom at the same time. So when she comes out of it, they get introduced to the son,
Yeah.
and then she looks over at him. She's like, "Damn, like, okay, I guess you rode for me, I'll ride for you." And then she's like, "Fight Creed, fight him, do it." That's when she gives him the blessing,
okay. I do
and that's
remember
when
that
he
now.
goes into it.
Yep.
It was, yeah, because I didn't like what she did fucking at first, where it was like, it's like, he's a fighter. That's how he makes his money. I mean, just let him fight, But I also think that's like they want to develop her character as far as like, hey, she's a ride or die, and that like she's down for him whether he's fighting or not. Like if he was fucking working at the local liquor store, she'd still be into him, and that part's kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah, no, and
Yeah.
she did fall for him as a bum.
I think I want to add this too. So you gave a shout out to your girl. I got to mention a moment with mine. So literally, I finished watching fucking part 1 and 2, and she comes home and I'm like, yeah, I just finished watching the Rockies. And then she's like, oh, that's cool. And I go, ask me why I keep fighting. And she's like, what? I'm like, ask me why I keep fighting. She's like, why do you keep fighting? I go, because I can't sing or dance. Let me add, this did not land. Thank you, Brenda. I love you so
God
much because
damn it.
you set me up to a joke that did not fucking land. My favorite line in the whole fucking, aside from you're a bum, right? That gets first place. Second place, and there's no other places after this, is fucking because I can't sing or dance. Like, I fucking love that fucking line so much, and I liked how much he tried to sell it. Like any fucking boneheaded guy that thinks this one fucking line is like nailing it and nobody's fucking laughing, but it's a good fucking line. Solid.
It's fucking real. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
I almost feel like getting back into fighting just so somebody could fucking ask me, and I could get like in an interview, like just like.
Brenda, please just ask him tomorrow. Please.
As I blow out my other ACL, like fuck, why do you keep fighting? Because I can't sing or dance.
He already needs enough surgeries for somebody that doesn't
You
fight
and your-
professionally.
I know.
You know what I mean?
And you and your bum ACL.
I know.
You're recreationally. I need surgeries.
You have no health insurance. You're over 30. Why do you keep fighting? I just let my face light up, like, because I can't sing or dance. So yeah, I just wanted to. My bad, I forgot about that. I brought us back to the first one for just a second, but
You got a white belt in karate. I blew out my ACL.
you're white.
I wanted to get into a hobby at 35. I don't know what to tell you.
It's like a white belt with one black stripe on it. So like you've been going for like 2 weeks. You've been going for like a week straight, so you got like a little black stripe on it. Just I'm fucking. So.
Oh, I can't tell you how
So
much
yeah,
I see that.
That's my shout out to my girlfriend.
shit.
Thank you, Brenda. Thank you for asking me that. Like I said, the look on her face
We
showed that
appreciate that moment, Brendan.
yeah. She for sure was like just dropped her head. She's like, "Oh God." She was she was the victim of that joke, and then my dog was the victim of your fucking bum. Fucking 80,
So I'm actually going out
80
with
times.
friends tonight.
It's like, what do you think, Ryder? You think you should go out with friends? No, you're a bum. You don't know any. You don't know any fucking better. Walking
I
around.
blew up my ACL.
Oh, that's nabbed nicely.
It's damn nicely.
I can tell it's when it's cold outside by how my knee feels.
This picture is a storm's coming in.
The storm's coming. So yeah, so
I can't sing or dance. What can I tell
can't
you?
sing or dance. So all right, so part 2.
So this bitch decides to ride. I'm sorry, this respectable woman decides to ride.
The strong,
Damn it,
strong,
we're
Strong,
canceled
independent
already.
woman
Damn
that
it,
doesn't
Rick.
need no
This is
Rocky.
why I can't be. This is why I can't post.
6 hours wasted.
I was talking about Ryder.
He's only like a bourbon and a half in. This fucking bitch. What the fuck, Rick?
We waited on you for the good
Can you tell
surprise.
she's offended me throughout this series?
No.
Okay.
No, let's write part 2 because part 2 is pretty fucking like not.
No,
Nobody,
I mean, we could gloss over the rest of
Yeah.
it. So he fights him, right? And actually, Rocky gets that ass pieced up.
are you drooling? What's going on?
He's glossed over Rocky, so he fights him. And
I mean, that could be any of the movies.
that's what I'm saying. Like, way to gloss over it, Rick.
So the Rocky franchise,
gloves
he
were-
fights him.
So he fights him, right? The end.
Okay, let me.
He
So they have the
wins.
baby,
He wins.
but I mean, here's the thing: they find out about Rocky, and it's actually prevalent to the next one. Is this motherfucker can take a beating.
Yeah.
And we kind of already knew that, but this is what got him to the second fight
Yeah.
because he pretty much lost that fight like 2 rounds to 14 in a 15-round fight.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're right.
But he still hung in there, and he still, like, Apollo had nothing left for him at the end, and that's eventually when he came in and snuck in and got the finish.
So yeah, he wins. Yep.
But also, it was mostly because he also had damage, like he was protecting that eye, the retina, the detached retina. So he's a southpaw, but he was fighting right-handed.
Oh, right.
He was fighting right-handed for most of the fight.
So he has
Until
of
in
course,
that
he has
last
the
round,
handicap, yeah.
he just said, fuck it, switched up, all dramatic, switched up and fucking pieced
Yep.
that ass up. They both went down, but only Rock answered
Yeah.
the 10 count.
And that's the part we didn't add because we just were focused on different parts. But like the first one, he barely won, or he barely lost.
And he had that
Right.
fucked up eye.
Yeah, and then the second one, he barely wins, and then that's kind of like,
Yeah, so he gets the championship.
so
And that's when it
he's
goes.
now the champion. Yes.
And then it was like, I think the fight was on like Thanksgiving Day or something. So Paulie and Adrian were at home. So he's yelling at the TV, "Yo, Adrian,
Yeah.
I did it."
So apparently, the reason why was she there for the first and second one? She wasn't. Right?
She was there for the first one.
She was there.
That's when he tried to call her through the crowd. And he was like, "Adrian."
I saw like a fucking.
And he said the thing about the hat.
I watched
Where's
like
your
a
hat?
like a Watch Mojo YouTube channel thing where they talked about like essentially there was like fucking like she wasn't able to be there, so they had to film that part separately, and that's
Well,
why
yeah,
she
it was
wasn't there.
Thanksgiving. They had the baby. They had,
Yeah,
like,
no,
all that.
but like actuality, like in real life. Like
Oh.
yeah, she like there was like fucking scheduling conflicts, so she couldn't be there, and that's why she wasn't in the fucking arena or whatever.
Yeah, that's why he yells out to the TV and tells her, "Yo, Adrian, I did it."
And they sold it well. Like they sold it like, oh, she's like she can't be there, she can't bear to watch, almost kind of. But
Which
so-
happens nowadays too. Like there's like you always see like, oh, this fool's over here about to play the Super Bowl while his wife's at home pregnant.
Honestly, yeah, like, or he
Yeah.
just delivered his baby
Just
this
happened.
day,
Exactly. It just
or he
happened,
missed his
you know?
child's birth
Yeah.
just to play this game.
they roll with
Always
the
that
punches
slow.
really well too.
Or Patrick Mahomes has a fake knee in the Super
Dude,
Bowl.
I mean, like, oh fuck, that just reminded me like
Oh,
almost
shit,
the
hold on,
saddest
hold
one. Like
on.
you remember Adrian
Hold on.
Peterson?
Wait, here we go. Sorry about those technical difficulties, but we're back. We're back.
Now you got away from me though, because I started this before you started those cameras.
Oh, here we go again. This is what I'm talking about.
It's obvious
Are
that
we all in trouble tonight?
it's obvious that
You know what? We're gonna take the podcast to my house, so that way, because the only one that's not in trouble tonight is Izzy. That's because he's here.
I'm not in trouble.
no, I'm not. No, I was.
You're gonna be in trouble.
No, you sack of shit. I was supposed to go buy a serpentine belt at fucking AutoZone, fucking before they fucking close, because she's taking my car to work.
Oh, you
Yeah,
can
so-
go to 24-hour fitness. 24-hour AutoZone.
He just
24-hour
called me,
AutoZone.
he just called me fat in the fucking.
You are getting a little chubby.
yeah. Yeah.
You can go to the 24-hour AutoZone.
No, it's not 24 hours anymore.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, they changed it.
Yeah, no, not in Fontana.
Yeah,
What?
No.
they changed it.
No.
It's not 24 hours anymore.
Since when?
Look, you're on your phone. Look it up.
Shut the fuck up.
Damn.
Go look-
Touche.
Look it up. Look it up, my friend.
All right, I will. Give me at least 14 minutes.
Jesus.
I'm just kidding.
I'm about to find
I'm
out.
gonna tell you. I'm gonna give Rick at least 14 days until he starts fattening up again because of how much he's on that phone.
No, actually, like I said, it's been like longer than most people notice, and everyone's telling me that I'm getting smaller.
Yeah.
2 months, and I'm still getting smaller.
But you're on that phone because of a little lady friend, right?
But that's what I'm saying. It's 2 months with her, and I'm still getting smaller.
Oh.
Still, and everyone's asking me if I'm on that crack.
So they're open. They close.
So you're
at,
on the crack.
Oh, hey.
No, I'm not on the crack.
Actually, not completely fucked. They close at 12 a.m.
Oh shit! But they're really not 24 hours.
No, not anymore.
Not even the one in Rancho.
Oh, I don't know about the one in Rancho. But, all right. Enough of you pretending to look up AutoZone and texting.
I
your
didn't.
booth
Say
in,
I
or
told
whatever.
you exactly what I was doing.
No,
Y'all's the ones that wanted to pause.
He said, not the one in Rancho? I love you, baby. I love you. You have a good night.
3 months from now, why are you not home?
You realize I can never post this. Right?
Oh, you want to be at?
He's not. You realize he's fake laughing you just so he can text.
No,
his
I
booth in,
heard
right?
exactly what he fucking said. See, here's the thing. My brain, I can take in at least 4 channels of information at one time.
I've heard you could take it in. I just wasn't
No,
sure.
yeah, I can take it in. But you never tested it out.
4 channels.
All 3.5 inches
Today
of it.
live.
Today live.
On Beer on Doomsday. Rick takes it in.
4 channels.
What? Oh, look, I'm literally gonna fucking post his fucking face. This is so gay. Look, he's fucking smirking as he's fucking texting.
You're making it worse.
What do you mean? This is
Oh, this is so gay.
Because you're fucking ragging on me while I'm doing it.
Well, you're doing it while we're recording. There was rules established. You agreed to them. You were called out on them after agreeing to them, and here you
look,
are. I disregard all
because I've been trying to finish the message, but you guys keep
Are we just gonna ignore how gay he looks?
How much
look at
messaging did you message on the one message? Finish it.
We can't ignore how gay he looks.
You guys keep interrupting me. That's why.
I love you, wink face, kiss face.
You literally had a rant.
Say it back. No, you say it back.
Yeah, wait.
I say I love you.
He had a mini defense on how he's like focused on his phone and the podcast at the same time, and he's like, "You guys are distracting me. I can't send the message." What's your argument, Rick? Is it that you can multitask?
I'm saying that's why I make the faces, because...
Is it that you can multitask or that you can't?
Listen here.
Yes.
My argument is bulletproof.
What is your argument? I would love to hear it.
It's what I said already.
What did you say?
That I can do both. I'm a bitch that can do both.
20 seconds ago, he's like, "You guys are distracting me." As he's like coming out of the closet.
Well, what I meant to say was you guys are making me have the cheesy grin and smile because you keep fucking ragging on me.
What a little
I wish you guys were professionals.
Rick, if we're
how can we wrap this up in 15 minutes? Because
Rick,
also as
listen,
well.
okay, wait.
I don't know what these guys are talking about. I'm trying to talk about Rocky. So at the end of number 2,
prolific,
all this defense,
greatest movie of all time.
Hey, can you guys focus for a minute?
I just want to. His whole thing was, I'm on my phone because I've been contributing and I can multitask. And then we start ragging on him. He's like, "I can't even send this text out because you guys
because
are
you wouldn't let
me.
because you won't let me do both."
And then I'm like, Rick, we're not distracted. Just fucking send the text out.
Well, hold on, I got a text.
Wait, so can you do both or you can not do both?
And then he starts, I'm only fucking smiling like this because you guys are making fun of me. Like, what kind of gay shit?
Bitch!
Like, I'm going to bring this up at the barbershop. I'm going to be like, "Hey, you guys don't make fun of Rick because he's going to start smiling." Like, Rick takes 27 dicks and he's just right there smirking. Like, "Stop it, guys."
27? Bro, it was only 23.
"Stop it, guys."
You guys quit. I can't multitask.
I can multitask.
But I'm also the master of multitasking.
You know what? It's Izzy's fault for making a whole point out of it. Because if Izzy would,
I don't know if
even though I was all in on the conversation before, Izzy had to point out that I was texting. So he made me feel. It's really Izzy's fault. He made me feel some type of way.
Let's face it. Izzy's a
Like at the end of the day, fucking, it's Izzy's fault.
If we have one takeaway from this whole fucking thing, is that Izzy's a fucking dick.
Also, I'm a mastermind of multitasking without multitasking.
But don't make fun of me, otherwise I'm gonna stop.
I have to focus on the one task that I'm multitasking on.
Because that's the kind of guy I am. A man of one focus at a time.
It's crazy. I've been trying to talk about Rocky this whole time.
I forgot the podcast was about. I almost forgot. Well,
and that's Rocky 1 through 5.
That sums up about the first 7 Rockies. Now, Rocky 8.
If I knew anything about Rocky, you would have watched this 20 years ago.
All right.
You know what? You've seen Rocky. Watch your own review. What did you think of Rocky?
No.
By the way, that gold, you do not have to cut that out. That was gold.
That was solid. That was fucking good.
You do not have to cut that out.
That was good. I noticed this podcast is so much better when we're not talking about Rocky. like, we're just right here trying to bring. How fucking old are we they were trying to break down characters from the 80s. Like, Nick's an interesting character.
We're gonna give a good review off of
Just
a
wait
movie
till we get to
that came
Mr.
out.
T.
That is
Okay.
so old. It came out before we were born, but also based off of nostalgia, based off of when we watched it before we could remember.
If there was something I have to do,
What must you do?
I have to give a cheers to our fucking listeners. Cheers, guys. Thank you for
Cheers.
staying with us this long.
We love you guys. Vic, for sure. I know
Cheers.
you always listen. You always ask. Vic loves our shit.
All right. We're done with Rocky 2.
So, yeah. So, we decided.
Hold on.
You won. Yo,
You
Adrian,
said
I did
Vic,
it. Vic.
Vic,
Vic.
Mondo, Reina, Edwin, all you other listeners, times 3. Wait,
No, it's appreciated, man.
we got
Thank you.
other listeners. Muhammad Jamin, of course, my girl Reina every time.
So, we got some names to put in the rafters right now.
Yeah.
We're gonna call people out while they're our viewers right now before we go big. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're about to go too big, so
These are the real ones.
these are the real ones.
Love you guys.
Cheers to y'all.
Yeah, if you get, like I said, another cheers.
Rudy,
Chances are you're
Rudy,
drinking.
another
Chances
cheers
are
for
you're
Rudy, ma'am.
So I'm just gonna
Okay.
I'm just gonna fucking suck part 3's dick right now, because this is my favorite Rocky.
Oh, you want to take control on this one?
Yes, this is my
Let's go.
I literally okay. So Rocky 3, right? He's the fucking champion. He's knocking out all these fucking guys. Now Rocky's in the zone.
How many title defenses in a row?
It was like 9, right?
10.
It was 10. Okay.
10.
So he's fighting all these guys, and then he has up and coming Mike Tyson. What?
Well, I guess you can cut this out if you need to. Did you not notice that like 90% of the guys that Rocky was knocking out were all black?
Yeah, and I think they sprinkled on a few white guys.
And did you not notice that
they knew it wasn't gonna age
90% of the guys that Glover was knocking out were all white?
Really? I know Rocky knocked out a couple white guys for sure. It was
He had a few.
I'm lying. I
He
think it
had
was
a
only
few,
one. Yeah,
like or at least one.
I did have a moment where I did notice that, where he was like knocking out dudes in the like beginning. Then this gives birth to like 3 or 4 montages where I was like, holy shit, this movie has a lot of montages. But yeah, he knocked for sure. There was a moment where I was like, is he only knocking out black dudes right now? Yeah, and then he knocks out the one white guy that gives him like props or whatever, and then you're like, okay, I guess that's enough for me.
Wait.
You're like,
But-
oh, there he is.
Why did they
Yeah.
also include that scene?
Yeah.
But at
And
the same
then-
time, Clubber was just knocking out white dudes.
Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely a moment where I didn't think that
But
was going to get
what
brought
I
up.
also
I
hate was,
honestly
like-
forgot about it, but you're right.
That was so weird.
Yeah.
That wasn't even like
but-
really a thing
But
at
here's
the
the
time.
thing, though. Like, what can you fucking do? You know what I mean? If you had 10 fucking fights, you put a fucking Indian dude, a Pakistani dude, a fucking white dude, a black dude, a fucking, you know what I mean? An
Yeah, I
African
think
dude. Like, what are
everything
you
you're
gonna
saying
do?
is what they could have did. Like,
Yeah.
Could they have done
fucking-
that?
How could they have not?
I'm surprised they didn't have like a.
Because this is the 70s.
They could have all been white
at this
dudes.
point now,
It's
at this point
80s,
now,
right?
it's the 90s. It's early.
90s? I thought it was 80s.
We're talking about part 3, right?
Yeah.
Part 3 is, I believe, 89.
Late 80s? Yeah. Because I'm thinking about like fucking Mr. T. And
Mr. T, that's what I think. I think it's
Yeah.
89, maybe. No.
Yeah.
No,
but-
I think honestly, I think part 3 might be 90.
Okay. But still, it's for its time.
So this opens up with the montages. What?
Open up with the montages, yeah. So now you have Rocky, and he's like dominating. He's making money.
He's the man.
Yep, he's the man. But there's this up and coming guy that's
Oh shit! Rocky 3 is 82. Fucking Hollywood, bro.
yeah. Like I knew it was 80s, but I didn't wasn't 100% sure. So fucking okay. So Rocky's like living the dream. He's champion, but now he has what I can only describe as fucking Mike Tyson coming up. And this is why it's already one of my favorite movies, because I'm already appreciating it, because Mike Tyson did that to a lot of fucking guys. Like, oh, like you're fucking champion, like you're fucking a good fighter. Then they fought Mike Tyson, and then it was just fucking over, done. Like you just, and Mike Tyson, same thing. He was fucking poor, and like this is my favorite. Like
I think that's why like that quote fucking lasts forever, bro. Like everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face.
Oh
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're damn fucking right.
Yeah.
You're damn. I always do have an idea, and then you
You
rock
get
me in
punched,
the
yeah.
face, and you're like,
With the soft
that
little
wasn't
voice.
part of it. That was not one of them.
I never forget. Like I always, up until fucking this is literally like my fucking early 20s. I always watched the fight going like anytime a guy got rocked or whatever, I'm like just fucking keep fighting or whatever. In my early 20s, I went out sparring. And some guy fucking hit me hard. And I've never been rocked before. And I fucking got hit. And I remember thinking, like, the only way, just this overwhelming, like, feel of fear came over me. Like, I was, like, fucking scared. Like, I look at this guy. Like, I was looking at him. Fucking hits me. And then I looked at him, but I was just fucking terrified of this man. Like, holy shit. Like I understand why when guys get rocked, like they back up or they fucking put their hands up or they do some goofy shit to show they got rocked. And I understood it then and there. Like, fucking, like, no, dude, when you get hit that fucking hard, fear will come over you. Like, it's a reaction. It's not like, oh, fucking, I want to feel fear. No, dude.
It almost feels like a dream.
Yeah.
Like you're.
Yeah, that's definitely. I feel
literally you're not hearing shit right. Your muscles are not responding right.
Yeah,
you're just like
you're all instinct. Yeah, and I think that's what. Yeah. And I think that's what part 3 did, because part 3 showed like this fucking guy on top of the world making money, then this fucking guy like up and coming. And my favorite parallel, like, if there was one really cool thing about like crunching them together, watching them together, is you see that Clubber Lang was Rocky if Rocky was Focus, if that makes sense.
No, it does.
Yeah, like he fought a version of himself, which was like even like the way Mick fucking said it, like he's like,
which is why he won.
He told him, "You haven't been hungry since you won that championship."
Yeah, you haven't been hungry. And then in the first part, he's like, "You're a bum, like you're washed up, you're unfocused," and like. And then you watch it, and you're like,
"What are you talking about? I blew 10 televisions. They was handpicked, right?"
Well, I mean, not to mention
they were
the
all
whole
cans.
montage where they force feed it to you that's exactly what happened.
But I mean, it was.
But you don't know it. Because
yeah,
you see both of them fucking people
because, like
up.
we said, it was early '80s. Mike Tyson didn't come out till '90s, so you can't even appreciate that.
No, dog. Not even.
No, but
that,
the montage is not just for Rocky. It's for both of them. So you see both of them fucking fighters.
They did build it up really nicely.
No, not at all. What are you talking about? Like, dog, like they show like this full fucking like I mean, it's classic film cinematography. They show this fool getting like infatuated with the limelight, infatuated with the money.
But they show him fucking up fighters too, though.
Yeah, fuck. But like that's for like I said, it's cinematography. Like,
look, but my thing is
it's cinematography.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it like they're showing like he is who he is. You know what I mean? He's not just like, you know what I mean? It's like if somebody was to refilm like the past NFL season for Eagles building up to Chiefs, right? The Chiefs are who they are. They're a fucking they're not just yes, there was some offensive and whatever calls, right? But that's to whatever have you say you for all teams and all games, right? Overall, though, Mahomes and the team and the coach,
And that fake injury.
They definitely like put together fucking
it was a fake injury,
outrageous shit.
As a man
Right.
that likes Mahomes and likes Kansas City, that was a fucking fake ass injury.
The motherfucker was like, it was a
But
high
what
ankle
the fuck
sprain.
ever on that shit? You know what I mean?
No, he was screaming at the top of his lungs on the sideline.
But he
Dude,
was still
look,
out there on the
here's,
field.
Here's the bottom line.
That's what I'm saying.
I
It
don't.
doesn't change the game.
But here's the thing.
I feel like on NFL, on one thing, on NFL, I feel like if injury only changes the game if it pulls the player out.
Okay, here's the
But
real
here's the
question. Wait,
problem.
I do have I have a question for you guys. Does Mahomes think? Sorry, I'm a couple bourbons in. Does Mahomes think it's cool to stand like that, or does he have scoliosis? That's the real
a good
question.
For sure,
That's
has
a good-
scoliosis.
Because he stopped. He has the stomach popped out. Yeah.
I stand the same
and
way.
he struts.
I stand the same
You
way.
do not stand like Mahomes.
I stand like this, bro. When I'm fucking like at work, I'll be like,
Drew's at work thinking he's Mahomes. Like, what the fuck is this? Like,
not Mahomes, but I
Rick,
definitely
how's
think
your-
like
Rick, how's your
like,
camera angle? You kind of kicked it.
No, I
You're
know.
good?
I've
Okay.
kicked it a couple times.
Okay.
I always watch it every time.
You fucking bastards.
Wait, what?
I have to leave soon.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You
See
got-
how your phone is face down? Leave it that way, and then you don't have to leave.
All right, let's wrap it up. So,
Okay.
part 3 was my favorite. The biggest part.
Nobody cares about Rocky, you bastard.
Wait, this is what I'm trying to wrap it up. You sack of shit.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's fast rock this shit
All
then.
right. Hold on.
Let me quarterback this.
Wait,
Fucking stool thing.
hold on. Let me. Okay, part 3. I really like the part that it hit me the hardest because of Mick's death. Like, it was fucking like I felt like he sold that character's like fucking sadness or mourning or whatever it was, like the shock, everything. He hit it out of the fucking ballpark with Mick's death. Like, I was sitting there and I was like I got choked up. I was like,
Oh, no, I did.
I was like,
I cried.
He was like, the part where he's like, Mick, like, we're not done or we got so much to do. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, that is some shit you would fucking say. Like, Mick's dying. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't have
No,
this.
he's done.
Yeah, I couldn't separate myself away from, like, because usually, like, I'll see some sad shit and I'll be like, oh, this is fucking.
Yeah, this means you're an empath. You felt it.
No. Yeah. But I feel with, like, a lot of movies, I could separate myself from that. Like, I swear to God, if Brenda's watching some fucking, like, chick flick and it's like somebody dies, I'm like, are you shitting me? Like, that camera angle is horrible. Like, I'm just ragging on her.
Well, but
whatever it
now let me
was,
ask
yeah.
you, so how invested in those characters are you, though, when you're ragging on it?
I
You're
think-
probably not very, right?
No, I think at that point, fucking dropping all the lines, like, you're a bum or whatever, like, I think I was already pretty invested.
Yeah,
in
so
it.
I feel like, it's not going to happen if you're not invested in the character.
It has to be because I cry.
Did that
all
shit
the
happen to me
time.
when I fucking
Yeah.
watched, I'm not done with it yet, but, like, almost halfway through, like, The Umbrella Academy. I think I've already cried, like, 4 times.
Oh my
Yeah.
God! Have you guys watched The Last of Us?
I'm on episode
Not
3
yet.
right now.
I have cried every single episode.
Part 2
It's
was
that good.
Every single episode, I have like bawled my eyes out. Like,
Yeah. Part 2. Wait,
I'm talking about like bawled my eyes out so hard that my girl looks at me like, what the fuck is going on right
dude,
now?
no wonder she's calling you gay. It has nothing to do with it.
I don't give a fuck. I'm right there curled up with like a box of tissues like,
No, there's
oh
no
my
way. She probably cried.
God,
Oh, my
like-
God. My man cares.
I like Ron Swanson's character, the gay episode. Thought that
oh,
was
the
solid.
gay episode was like solid as fuck.
It was so
bro.
good.
It was solid as
Then you know what sucks
This is
is
the gay.
review.
The gay episode was solid as fuck, huh? No homo.
No.
But whatever. Love to
No.
all the homos out there.
No,
you
it
know
was
what I mean?
it was a good fucking like so my introduction to that episode was like Ben Shapiro like going off on it. He was like,
I didn't hear what he had
let me see if I can do it Ben Shapiro. I saw the episode and I didn't see the point. It was 2 gay guys and they're just trying to sell it. And I was just like, it has nothing to do with the storyline. And I was like, so that was my introduction to it, right? Like into what I was expecting.
That's
and then
so weird.
And then I saw a guy at work, like we had talked about fucking The Last of Us, and I was like, hey, like I haven't seen the fucking third episode, but I'm hearing like it's gay as fuck. He's like, no. He's like, that was made for the fans. Like that, like nobody, like there was fan theories that the guy was gay, but they never like focused on him, so we didn't know. But like as a fan of Last of Us, like that was a really good fucking episode.
Yes.
So I was like, okay. So
For sure.
so I came and I watched it, and I was like, came and I watched it. This guy. No, so I came home and I watched it with Brenda, and we were watching it, and like it was such a good fucking episode. Like
so good.
It got like especially the part where like he already couldn't walk, and like and then like they had like the still shots of like the dried up paintbrushes.
Yes,
and
yes,
you're like,
you're killing me.
Yeah,
Yes,
and you
just
feel it like you're watching it, and you're
all
like
the shit they were trying to do before he passed.
yep,
like,
and you're just like, oh
yes.
shit, like it wouldn't make sense that the paint fucking dries and like your fucking hopes and dreams are done. No, it was
it was crazy. It was crazy because
Yeah.
just like you're saying, just like whoever it was he was talking to is real, because like for
Yeah.
sure, like I never played part 2, but I played the first one, and like the first game was definitely one of the first games that like made me feel like I wasn't playing a game. It made me feel like I was playing a book. It made me feel like I was playing a story.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, I mean, the game ends. I'm not going to say anything about it, but the game ends without you winning. You don't win the way you want to win. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay,
It doesn't allow that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And within the, like, also within the beginning of the game, within the first 4 fucking minutes, you're bawling your eyes out. You're like, what the fuck? Like, those who haven't watched it, fucking pause now.
Mm-hmm.
But the first episode
I haven't
starts
watched
with
it.
like, all right, I'm not gonna say shit so that way you can watch it. But like the first episode is exactly like the game, and within the first 5 minutes, you're like, oh, holy shit.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of like fucking reels or TikToks about like they'll do the comparison like right next to each other. Pretty solid, like pretty similar.
Yes, and you're just like,
yeah.
holy fuck, and like it throws you for like a loop, and almost like our conversation before like we started rolling, dog. Like when you're really a parent and like this shit starts hitting a lot closer to home, you're
Because of the gayness?
not because of the gayness necessarily. I mean, a little bit of the gayness. All right, I'll give you to that. God damn it, Izzy's always locked and loaded with that shit. Walk into it.
Rick.
And this is why we get canceled, ladies and gentlemen. This is why we get told, "Oh, you can't have this."
Hey, I'm saying, I'm just trying to. I'm trying. Rick,
yes.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying if that's what you feel like.
No, but
It's okay.
yes, it's close to home, and not in that sense, but it like you be like, damn, whatever, motherfuckers.
I
But
guess what you're
shit,
saying.
yeah, that it'll hit. It'll hit you.
Okay.
It'll
you're
hit
saying-
you.
No,
But
I'm
like,
on
but
board,
like,
I'm on
okay,
board.
like, I'll
What-
put
okay,
it out
wait,
there right now.
yeah.
Like everything hits me. Like, fucking, I'll watch Encanto. I'll fucking cry because of Encanto.
Of course you did. Well, how could you not?
Dude, that shit
I
is sad
I
as
haven't
fuck.
seen it.
Dude, I cry not just because of when the grandma and everything's singing her song, but I cry at the very end of the movie when the whole village comes back to help her. I be bawling my eyes out. I'm like, damn, like, look how everybody comes to help each other out and like cares about each other and like everybody is one. Dude, that shit fucking tears me apart. I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm so lucky that I found a chick that likes that I cry. She thinks it's cute because I'm gonna fucking cry at a bunch of shit.
You are lucky because my girl fucking calls me a bitch. Not a bitch, but you know what I mean.
I mean, I used to hide it before, but like,
She definitely
the
be
first
like,
time she called me, she's
you need some tissue, motherfucker, because I know something nice is happening. That's always what gets me, honestly, the worst is like when like in movies, like things happen where like niceness happens. Like
something beautiful happens.
Yeah, like oh, I was a bad guy and you were my enemy, but instead I'm gonna fucking put my shit aside for you to be with us together, to have something nice happen.
I'm gonna take one for you.
Yeah, and then I'm like, I'm like, sitting there like a.
That's me all the way.
That's me, bro. That's me.
Hey, beer on Doomsday cries, motherfuckers. Get over it.
Hey, that's man shit, bro. That's man shit.
Hey, don't be
We're
scared of your
soft.
feelings.
We're soft. We're hard. That's man shit.
Only bitches don't cry.
Only dudes that have to fucking get medical vitamins because they don't get hard in the morning are hard and soft.
Hey, you know what I'm saying, though?
And also, those
That
dudes
means you
are
feel
still,
all them feelings.
those dudes are still men. You just need to get your vitamins and
Yeah,
stuff
you know.
so that way you could be healthy.
That's why they make them vitamins.
That's why they make them.
But if you're in touch with your feelings, you wouldn't have to worry about it.
Also, be in touch with your feelings, though. That's good.
You get a raging hard on. When you need it. Not when something sad happens. Not when something sad happens, but
I'm so sad, but so horny.
I'm just saying, when you can acknowledge that, you can intensify all your feelings.
If only I was so hard and so sad at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, it's not mutually exclusive. The two.
Yeah, that's probably how She Wants Revenge was started.
Oh, fuck.
What's Izzy doing? Feeding his dog?
Oh, no. Probably. But yeah, and you know what? Men cry.
They do cry.
And then,
When we hug each other, and we suck it up, and we get back to fucking work and get it done. You got fucking coffee?
No. What?
Oh, I was about to be pissed. I was like,
I was about to be
I was like, coffee is available right now. Like, I would love some coffee.
He said I was about to be pissed.
Just had to get some ice for the apple juice.
Oh, okay.
Rick, want to pass that down?
I'm gonna take another piss, even though it's like number 7 for me.
Yeah, dude. What the hell?
I don't know what's going on. Throw it in there, because I'm gonna want someone to come back.
We fucking coming right in. We all know how your prostate was doing.
It's a little large, I guess.
I'll pass it over to Drew. Pour
Alright,
yourself some ice. Oh shit! Oh, got the last one, mine. Hold on to it. Ugh.
Me and Izzy will take over right now.
We'll be all right. Just fucking 10 minutes of us pouring drinks. No. Do you like your whiskey neat?
Yes, I do. For the most part.
Really? Interesting. I always like mine with a little bit of melted ice.
Well, the water activates the flavor a lot, and I don't think that only applies to Scotch. I think it applies to all.
Like I felt,
spirits.
you know, when I felt some type of way when I was watching Breaking Bad, the last season. He has that scene where he's already caught, and he goes into like where everybody knows who he is, and
When he takes the baby
yeah. So that
and
season,
makes the phone call.
yep. So that season, so he's in like fucking Alaska, or I can't remember what fucking was it Alaska?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was Alaska.
So yeah, he's in some
When
fucking.
He was Mr. Mean. No.
Yeah, but that scene. So he goes to a bar, and it's a man already thinking about his last fucking drink, his last everything.
Makes a phone call.
Yeah, but like right before that or right after that, he orders a drink, and he's like, "Can I get this drink neat?" And I was like, like I felt like a bitch because I was like, I always order my shit on the rocks. So I was like, I thought I was the man for ordering fucking whiskey on the rocks, and this man's over here ordering it fucking neat. So I don't know. Yeah. So I wonder what he drank. Like I want to go back and watch that episode just to order what he ordered,
just to make sure to find that right thing.
Yeah, just to try it out. You know, you got to try the Walter White.
I was trying to find the beer that Rocky drank, but apparently it's a beer called Schlitz, and that shit's not readily available at the gas station near me. I was gonna bring like a 6-pack of it and be like, "We got the Rocky beer."
Damn, that would be fucking awesome.
I looked, but I was like, "Yeah, there's no Schlitz here."
Yeah, no, it's cold, man. It's fucking. We got to keep these cameras rolling. Was they heat up?
Yeah, they heat up even though it's cold.
Yeah, be very. Jesus. All right.
This, but we gotta ask you this question
So
before we move on.
Yeah.
So, if you crying in front of Brenda at a movie, does she think it's cute or are you a bitch?
Wait, you guys got bourbon? I don't got bourbon in my cup.
Oh, you can have the.
My beer's gone. Top me off there. Hit me.
How does she take it?
So,
Because I know my girl thinks it's cute. Drew's girl calls him a bitch.
It's true.
So, mine's a little of both. Actually, more so the latter.
God damn, son.
So you're just fucking rolling the dice every time.
Yeah. So okay. So I'll tell you this fucking moment straight up. And we're watching Obi-Wan. Wait, what? Oh goddamn! What the fuck, Rick?
No, it's just fucking same shit. Look,
you poured yourself. Show after your cheers. Show your fucking drinks to the camera. Holy shit!
it's the same fucking size.
Okay, this is brand new unmelted
Look at
ice
this,
in
look at
this
this.
motherfucking bitch.
Like, yeah, like mine's a lot of water, but yours like looks fucking dense. Like,
Fuck it.
Okay, well, in my defense, you said empty the bottle in his, and I didn't even empty
yeah,
it.
he's right. My bad.
And I did not even empty it.
It made sense when I saw the bottle.
I didn't. We have the same size fucking drink.
Yours is
Okay.
melted.
No.
All
Look,
right, so
put them next to each other. Put it down there. Right there.
hold on. You guys got to show for the camera. Show for the camera. There, we got people listening, man. Come on. There you go. It's pretty much the same. Drew says a little more, slightly a little more, but it's
Yeah, just a tiny bit more. Here.
all right. You guys, assuming you're still
Okay.
listening, assuming you're
So
still
give me
drinking.
the story.
Wait,
Give
hold
me
on. Assuming you're still listening, assuming you're still drinking. Cheers, guys.
Oh, cheers.
Cheers, audience.
Cheers, fam.
Cheers.
You dirty scumbags.
You sacks of shit. It's not the same every time. So we had this moment. We were watching Obi-Wan, and the last episode came up. And then it was that strong fucking moment
Let's see.
where he fucking like sliced up his face. And then you could see fucking like Anakin, but he's also Darth Vader.
Ooh. And he fucking screams at that fool in the Anakin voice and the Darth Vader voice and the Obi-Wan.
So we're watching the shit, and it's my
Yes.
first time watching it, and like I'm seeing this, and I had this like slight like millisecond moment where I was like, "You have a decision to make." I was like, because every other time I'm watching a fucking movie that I'm about to cry, I know I'm about to cry, I fucking suck it up and I make a dumb fucking joke out of it. Like
You couldn't do it?
Yeah, I'll watch a movie with her, and it's like some movie she put on, and it's like some like cute romantic movie, and for whatever fucking dick reason, I gotta be like, no,
just to not cry.
yeah, just to not cry. Like she'll put on a movie, and like it's this fucking sad ass scene, and I feel it coming up, and I'm like, oh man, I'm getting choked up right now. So I'm like I'll just be like, tell him you don't want to be with him anymore. I'll fucking say some bullshit to like take me out of it. To be like, this movie's fucking dumb, right? Like I'll say some stupid dick shit to like prevent myself from feeling. Yeah. But watching this fucking Obi-Wan series, last episode, I had this millisecond. I had a decision to make. Like, I'm starting to get choked up. I'm fucking feeling it. And I was like, you know what? Like, this is you. Like, this is yours. Like, Star Wars is what you grew up with. I was like, fuck it. You're not
Don't
gonna
deny yourself that shit.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm not gonna pretend. I'm not even gonna pretend. Like, I'm fucking just letting myself fucking feel it right now. And then sure enough, like, you know, he was like, Obi-Wan was like, I'm sorry. And then he's like, he said like, I failed you. And he's like, and he's like, I'm sorry. And he's like, Anakin is dead. And it was just like, oh, he's bringing like the New Line hopes. Like,
no.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
He said, I am not your failure.
Oh yeah.
That's what he said. I know.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not your failure.
Fuck, I just remember what you said because it wasn't just Anakin and Darth Vader like almost becoming one and also being born.
Yeah.
It was also like Anakin realizing that like who he was becoming was not just because Obi wasn't there for him.
Yeah.
It was also because he chose this path.
And it was also
he knew what this would lead to. Not like Palpatine told him. Palpatine straight up told him, like, you're going to make sacrifices. Like, you're going to do things you don't want to do. Like, things are going to happen. You know what I mean? It wasn't things that, like, of course, it's always the classic story of, like, it's not the things you expect. You know what I mean? But it's always the things you should expect.
So it was Obi-Wan, like,
you know what
understanding I mean? Who he was, knowing that it wasn't his fault. But, and as sad as the moment was, it was also bridging the gap of, like, the old Star Wars and like the prequels, because like you could watch the prequels and you could watch the fucking originals and
it
you
was
could be
super fucking good. Yes, I forgot about that moment. You said me.
Then dude, it was so fucking good.
So good.
Yeah. And so you could watch the the prequels and watch the originals and like still compartmentalize like what's happening. You could be like you watch fucking A New Hope and watch Darth Vader like in that scene like dun 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 or whatever, and you could go, oh, that's not fucking, you know, Christian Haydenson or whatever, like that's not him, that's not Darth Vader, that's not the guy from episode 3, and you because it's for like the filming,
it makes
the time
it completely different. You're like, oh fuck, this is the fool that just woke up out of bed after losing everything, that's just like ready to fucking rampage,
right?
And then Rogue One fucking gives us this. This is why we were talking about like the other week when I was like telling you,
this is what I'm talking about.
Like, how could you have not seen Andor? Andor is fucking crazy.
I have a whole rant about that too. Like,
Andor is crazy good.
We're about to go Rocky / Star Wars. No,
that's why fucking Riggs over here like,
say that.
No.
So I'm watching this and it comes over me and I'm like fucking like I made that decision. I was like, I'm going to let myself feel, because this is not only such a powerful moment in like fucking my childhood, but it's literally bridging all of Star Wars together. It's literally putting fucking Hayden Christensen, is that his name, right?
Hayden
Christensen in the Darth Vader that I know, like, you know, that I've always had like a part of like disconnecting. I'm like, oh, well, you have the prequels and then you have the originals. And then it was this moment where it like tied it all together, but such this powerful moment. I was like, fuck it. Like, it was this moment of like, I don't care what she says, like, or what she thinks of me. I'm like, this is fucking like me right now. And I cry like a bitch. Yeah. So it was definitely like this.
I think that's part of it. You know what I mean? I think that's like part of it, of course, like why are you crying as a man? You know what I mean? Like, which I think like is part of really a good thing as a man, because like when you're a man and you're crying, you're truly thinking about like, why are you crying? You know what I mean? Like, and in situations like that, like, we're crying because we're allowing ourselves to be a fan of this certain situation in this fantasy story that we're watching. But at the same time, we're also like actualizing our emotions into this, like in this particular instance for myself, with Anakin realizing who he was and what was happening to him and his failures becoming who he was going to become in his future, was for myself like also realizing like it's kind of like as a person and a man also like realizing like fuck, like I obviously all of us want to be the quarterback. We want to be the star, WWE star. We want to be the fucking number one. We want to be Tyreek Hill. We want to be fucking Travis Kelce. We want to be Patrick Mahomes. We want to be this person. But despite, no matter how much you've put money and your time and dedication into Taekwondo, Jiu-Jitsu, to your efforts as a barber or what have you, myself as a mechanic, and fucking any of my aspirations that I've ever tried to do, we've never even touched the fucking grasp of that band. You know what I mean? Of what they're talking about, like, is the camp to become even what they are. You know what I mean? No, like, there's so much more levels to become the greatness that we aspire and dream to be, that we don't even understand and acknowledge that exists. That like we see these little moments, and that's something that we can truly relate to.
Prostate problems.
That's me. Fucking, I'm already at like 8, right? But like we can relate to Anakin wanting to be a part of the Jedi Master Council and being denied.
Yeah, I think,
and then more people that like who are lesser than him in this field seriously like accelerating past him. You know what I mean? Like Obi-Wan was already higher than Anakin when he started, right? But Anakin also knew that he was more powerful, more stronger, that he was more experienced. Yeah,
but that's specifically because he didn't have like the humility that fucking Obi-Wan had.
But how many of us have been in that position where we see somebody in a position that we should be at? Yeah, but like, oh, I should be there. I could do this better than them. But I could do this better than them.
But I think that's where like, and I think if you think about every moment I've ever had in that, like, kind of like in that situation where you're talking about, right? So like you're thinking about, oh, like I'm fucking better than what I am or whatever. In every one of those situations, I've always looked in retrospect and been like, I was wrong. Like that, like.
That's exactly why I'm saying it's so relatable. That's why we're crying at that moment, because like we've all been there. We're like, we know that there's somebody there above us that is lesser. Not, I don't want to say lesser than us, but they're lesser than us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's how you. But that's
we know that in our own right, I could do it better than them.
But that's how you.
Maybe they might be good at what they're doing, but I can do it better than them.
But that's how they. That's how you feel.
That's how exactly.
But
then
it's not what it is.
And that's what I'm saying. That's not what it is. And Anakin, yes, he is stronger. He's more powerful. He can do everything better than fucking Anakin, than Obi-Wan ever fucking could. And here he is, but fucking with his moment of truth to fucking do that, and still Obi-Wan fucking
careful.
And still Obi-Wan, who is lesser than him, weaker than him, can do everything less than him, comes out on top.
No, it was
because he has that level-headedness. Like my pops always says, cool heads prevail.
Cooler heads prevail.
Cooler heads prevail. Always, like he always says that. You know what I'm saying? And like that's just how it always will go.
No, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
no,
you lose yourself. No.
Yeah, I agree.
In the Star Wars lore, that's how it always goes. When Darth Vader, when Anakin, when Kylo Ren, when even
Kylo Ren a little less.
Kylo Ren I would say even more, but
they had a hard.
but
They had a harder time of
even
explaining.
Luke Skywalker, when they lose themselves to rage, they lose the battle.
Is that before or after they fought Rocky?
And here we come
Yeah.
back.
This is how we converge it all together.
We're coming back.
Rocky
didn't know.
is the analog.
Like kill the young
Girls are a little
execute
different.
the order.
You know what I mean? Like we're all different, I guess.
Yeah, no, I think, yeah. I mean, there's a lot there to dissect, but
Well,
it
I
is a
don't know.
lot to dissect. I think The
Yeah.
Last of Us is a whole lot to dissect. I think we're like
I'm gonna try
gone
that
off
one out.
on a lot of tangents on this.
See, I'm gonna try that one out because
it's one of those things that, like, if you could go back and watch The Walking Dead when it first came out, I would recommend to watch the first 5 seasons, and that's it. And you're in that era right now.
The Walking Dead for sure.
Yeah.
I will tell you this: I have cried every single episode so far.
Huh?
The Last of Us. He meant The Last of Us.
The Last of Us.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I was like,
My
The
bad.
Walking Dead.
My bad.
I just thought about that, Shane. What is that? What
Last
is
of
that?
Us, like, goddamn, like, okay, but like, I mean, I played the game, and
Shane never played the game.
immediately after I played the game, all right, I should specify this. I've only played the first game, and immediately after I played it, the game became a part of me, like all the way, like to the point where, like, I would sit on my table and like every stage of the game and every moment of it, like I was truly experiencing. Everything was shut out around me, like, and to the point where, like, I would not play it unless I could devote my entirety to that. You know what I mean? To experiencing it because I was so emotionally involved to, like, what was happening in the story, what was going on with it, and everything involved in it, and like. I feel like that is even more so to this day because there's so much more to this day to, like, distract us from everything we're doing.
I would say there's one thing you got to be careful of. You're that close to ruining it.
I'm not gonna say anything.
No, but
you're that close.
Yeah, like
don't stop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
don't just stop.
Yeah, just stop because
watch it.
This is one of
no, that's what I'm saying because I'm going to use this as a barometer.
And don't watch it. Don't watch it passively.
Just watch it.
I beg of you, don't watch it passively. Don't be one of those people that, like,
no. We'll
I'm gonna
watch it all together
without
okay, because we all know the feeling. Wait, hold on. We all know the feeling of, like, hey, I'm about to try this fucking snack right now. And there's a guy right there, right? And he's tried the snack before. And you're like, okay, like, damn, I'm kind of looking forward to this. And he's like, wait. Just know this is the greatest snack you will ever fucking have. And you're like, no, I'm looking forward to it. And wait. I want you to appreciate that snack because I love this snack.
You watched
more
episode
than
3,
everything.
though. You watched episode 3, though.
Wait, hold on, wait. I'm making a point. And you're like, no, like, I'm looking forward to it. And you're just like, this is the greatest snack of all time. And then you're just like, and you taste the snack and you're like, it's good.
Yeah, I don't want to do that today.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
So be careful.
So don't do that with The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Especially because,
But
like
it
I
is
said,
good.
like, the times, like, I've cried in front of my girl has been watching The Umbrella Academy. She's already watched it. And she's acknowledged that she cried at the same parts I have. But she says that we need to watch something raw and different together.
Have you ever gone back to rewatch something and cried about it?
Oh,
like,
part 3.
You didn't understand, like, the true, like,
Episode 3 of The Last of Us is very raw.
Dead. And I just laughed at it.
I have to ask.
Yes.
I have to ask. What was your favorite Rocky? Cheers.
It might have been 4. It was probably 4.
Oh, okay. I find that very interesting because I was going to say that 4 is one of the most iconic. Yeah, like when you talk about Rocky with... Okay, so this is what I found. In our generation, the most iconic
Is that because our generation was born around Rocky 4, though?
Yes. No. Wait a minute. No. So when I talk about Rocky with people around my age or older, they reference Rocky 1 a lot. Or they remember Rocky 1 a lot. But when I talk about people like my age or younger, they remember Rocky 4 a lot more.
Rocky 1?
Yeah. So
what part of Rocky 1 do they remember?
The steps.
That didn't happen in Rocky 1.
The steps?
Yeah, the steps.
Yeah,
him going up the steps and
him running up the stairs and going.
Yeah.
That didn't happen in Rocky 1.
That was in Rocky 1.
That happened
I'm
in Rocky
pretty
1.
sure that happened in Rocky 2.
No, that was Rocky 1. That was Rocky 1.
Oh, wait a minute. Was it Rocky 2?
I don't think that happened in Rocky 1. I'm almost
okay. 1 or 2, it's the same timeline. You still
No,
remember.
I get you, but I'm pretty sure that did not happen in Rocky 1.
Okay.
with the whole town and everybody following him up at the steps and shit.
No. Rocky, no.
No,
that's
the first time.
He was not going up the steps with everybody.
No,
he was by himself.
Yeah, by himself. In Rocky 1, he was running. He was running Rocky 1, but he did not go. I don't think he went up those steps in Rocky 1. I think it was Rocky.
No, I think that was Rocky 1.
I think it was Rocky. I don't give a fuck about this goddamn podcast no more. I'm out of here.
So, he ran up the steps by himself in Rocky 1. And according to the internet, he ran up with the group in Rocky 3.
Oh, okay.
When he was going to fuck up Clubber, which is the one that we're happen to be on.
No, honestly, we're past that. I think, that's
How did we pass Clubber?
Clubber Lang, we introduced him. He's
Conor McGregor.
He's Mike Tyson. No. That's Apollo Creed. Is Conor McGregor.
Oh, no.
No, Mike Tyson.
Conor McGregor
Mike Tyson
said, your wife is in me DMs. He called out Poirier's girl, and Clubber said,
that was funny, but he
hey, woman, why don't you come out to my apartment right night, and I'll show you a real man.
Yeah, that was a good part. That was like...
He said, I bet you dream about it every night.
Because he was such in that, like, fight mode that it was like, no, I'm about to tell him right now. Then Mick was like, nah, Rocky. It ain't worth your time. And he's like, what do you mean, Mick? I'll fucking fight him right now. I was like, nah, Rocky.
But that was the one that got him.
If you want to fight him, then I'm done. And he was like, what? Like, it was this weird confusion, and it made sense after he fought him, like, and lost. So...
But that was the one that got him, though, when he told him, was like, come see a real man. Rocky was like, you want your fight, you got it.
Yeah.
And Mick still cornered him, and that's how Mick got fucked up. I mean, I don't know. I don't understand what kind of commission or whoever the fuck lets two fighters in the tunnel at the same fucking time. But it's a movie, so we'll let it go.
No. I saw it as an arena that has 2 different tunnels.
I still just think they shouldn't have been that close to each other.
He's like, as a man that's been to many sports, there's always one tunnel. No, so that's my favorite Rocky 3, mostly because it reminded me of everybody that Mike Tyson fucking knocked out. Like, everybody thought they were the shit until they fought Mike Tyson. And that was my favorite thing about the movie. That and Mick's death fucking hit me.
Oh yeah, Mick's death hurt. I think that might have been one of the first times I cried in a movie.
Yeah.
As a kid. I was like, heck, no.
He's like that part where he's like, we have so much to do. And it was like, damn.
And he goes, man.
So now we're on part 4. Part 4, I felt like.
How did we get to part 4 without him even beating Clubber?
No, he beat. Okay.
He had to go and seek out Apollo. and Apollo's crew.
Oh shit, that is an important
Yes.
part. Yeah,
He changes in training entirely.
so this is the part where he becomes,
He went from the
yeah.
fucking celebrity all-star training. He went back to the dirty gym. And the moment that he set foot in there, everyone looked at him like, what the fuck is this guy doing here?
Yeah.
They all like stopped training when he walked in. And it wasn't like for a good way. They were shooting him dirty looks.
Yeah, just like
And Apollo trained him. Apollo's trainer trained him. Whose name I should find out.
yeah, no, it was definitely like, yeah, no, it was, and let's face it, I've never seen it, but it was a black boxer's gym.
Look, you don't even have to say it because Paulie said it. You can't train him like a colored fighter.
Did he say that?
Paulie said that. Paulie said, you can't train him like a colored fighter.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So, no, they went there.
Yeah,
they went straight
went
into it. They said it.
Yeah, it was addressed.
And then they had him running on the beach and everything. And Rocky was giving up because he couldn't handle it.
But this is what makes part 4 so great because they're building up their friendship. So, like, what was once an enemy is now a friend.
Because, he went through everything with him in part 3. They ran on the beach.
And then they start setting up the ending, which was like, he's like, yeah, I'll train you. Like, what do you want? Money? Like, no. I need this favor from you. He's like, what's that favor? No. I'll let you know when that time has come. And he knew already what he was going to want and ask for and what was going to happen. And then, like, even that part where they're sparring, that part is still fucking, like, famous on TikTok,
I don't know if
Instagram
they were
Reels.
sparring.
No, they were sparring. And
I
he's
feel
like,
they fought.
no, wait. No, this is the part I'm talking about where they're fighting and he's fucking him up. And he's like, we'll do it tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
Oh,
There is no
There is no tomorrow.
Yes.
Rock, there is no tomorrow.
Yeah, and that part, like, is like, if you're a young man, an old man, it's in your TikTok, it's in your fucking reels. That part was strong. Like, he's like, we'll try again tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. And it, like, hits you so hard as a fucking man. I can't speak for women, but as a man, it fucking hits you. And you're like,
oh, yeah, that part was
there is no
rough.
tomorrow. Because it's like, I mean, how many times have you been working out or do something you wanted to do and you're like,
I'll do it next time.
yeah, like Monday's a new day, and he's yelling at him. He's like, there is no tomorrow, and you're like, there is no tomorrow. There is only now. There is only today. There's like, and you're just, and it like,
Finally, somebody gets it.
yeah, and like that part was, and I'm not gonna lie. I looked into that part more so because it was already a reel. It was already like, and then I was like, oh fuck, like. What he's saying is legit.
So this man's spitting.
Yeah. I was like, that's huge. And then sure enough, in that same montage, he brings it back and then he starts working out, super shape. He
quits again though, even right after that, when they're running on the beach. He quits again. And Apollo tells him it's over.
Yeah, because it's the same
It's
montage.
over.
Yeah. Yeah. He was
right after there is no tomorrow, he comes back, he's ready, and then they run on the beach. He can't run in the sand. Well, actually, it's not that he can't. It's that he keeps thinking of everything in his head. He thinks of Mick. He thinks of everything, and he stops. And they're like, what happened? And Paul's like, it's over. It's over. It's done.
Yeah, and this is already after we forgot this part. This is already after he's been fucked up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, Clubber Lang fucked that ass up.
Yeah.
That shit was a one-sided pounding. Clubber was swinging the hammer. like for sure. There was no punches from Rocky in that.
Yeah. But fucks him up, comes back, and
he brings him back to it because he
fights him
thinks about his talks with Mitt. He thinks about everything he had, and he was like, you know what, I'm back. They trained, then all of a sudden Rocky's doing good in these sparring sessions. He's beating him on the beach. He's running faster than him.
Yeah.
And then that's when that friendship developed.
But
that's when that really they became close.
And he wins. He wins after this one. Of course he does, right? That's the only thing left.
Because he tells him the infamous line when he's punching him. You're not so bad. You ain't so bad. Bam, bam. You ain't so bad.
But this is my favorite thing. Is that as a man, we understand that, like, when you're fucking... You got to solo it for fucking 2 minutes, Rick. I gotta take a piss too.
Okay. I got it. I'm about to Bill Burr this shit. Okay, so what we're talking about is when he says the win is not won when you win the fight. The win is won in the training. The training is always going to be harder than the fight actually is. The fight can actually go very easy. You could train for 6 months. You could go through a grueling session for 8 hours a day or whatever it is, depending on how much money you make off this. If it's your living, it's probably going to be 8 to 10 hours a day. You go into the fight, you could potentially end it in 10 seconds. So when he says that the win is not won on the fight, it's won in the training, that's what it goes back to. You're drilling for 8 hours a day. You're sparring for 8 hours a day. You are literally giving your all for the entire time in your training camp. The training camp's always notoriously been more grueling than a fight could ever be. Because like I said, like sometimes your training is so good, you walk out there and you start your opponent. It's nothing. You'll always win in training. And I think that's what he's alluding to when it comes to Rocky versus Clubber, is that he failed at the training. He failed every single time. But when he really found himself motivated, he started winning. What? So he found himself winning these training sessions. He found himself like not only winning but dominating these training sessions. He became a whole different fighter just from training. He was not the same guy that stepped in with Clubber Lang the first time. He was an entirely new man because he understood that he could dig deeper. So that's the lesson on being like, you win in your training. You'll always win in your training. If you're training half-assed, you're going to lose every time. But I'll carry it forward even still because we've been stuck on this for a while. So, quick recap. He gets fucked up by Clubber. He goes through the training that we just talked about. He comes back and he beats Clubber because he actually outlasted Clubber by absorbing all of his hits, by having that stamina, by going that extra mile. And this Clubber kept getting tired. But Rocky was always there because of the way that he trained. And eventually he pieced him up, took him out, got his belt back, won that fight. So now we move on to Rocky 4. Rocky 4, Rocky's still the man. It's no big deal. But then we start finding out that there's this Russian fighter, Ivan Drago. And Drago's killing everybody. Mostly because he's on steroids. But that's left to the imagination, I guess. Even though they clearly show him being injected on the screen. Definitely steroids. That's not vitamin A, D, B, C, G, or F. It don't matter what it is. It's steroids. But he's dominating the circuit. They're calling out the Americans. Well, not necessarily the Americans, just anybody. Well, Apollo Creed takes that very personally. Apollo's literally swimming in his pool, watching these things, getting mad, and he's thinking, like, no, this guy doesn't understand, like, how we fight in America. So Apollo's ready to just serve this dude up, let him know what's going on. So eventually they set up the fight. Apollo has like the greatest entrance ever, the Living in America entrance. And it's fucking awesome. Like, it's awesome. He's like, I want you. Just like he did to Rocky. Just like he's done to everybody. I feel like the most haunting part of that whole scene, though, was, even though like it wasn't intended, was the wife of Ivan Drago going to the wife of Apollo Creed and saying, after it's done, I hope we can be friends. And she tells her, yeah, of course. And they shake hands and it's all good. And then Ivan Drago proceeds to beat him so badly that he fucking dies in the ring.
Yeah, they had an interesting part where, like, not an interesting part, but that whole thing was interesting in that, like, they wanted him to be the bad guy, so they literally made him keep punching after the bell rang or whatever the fuck it was. So, like, there was a couple times where, like, the bell would ring and he just fucking keep smacking him in the face, and you're like, damn, he's hitting him fucking hard. That's the part that made him the bad guy, because up until that moment, he wasn't necessarily like.
He was just an up and coming fighter.
Yeah, he was
just that guy.
He was like an athlete, like fucking like world class Olympian boxer or whatever it was, and then but that's what made him the bad guy. He's like, the bell rang, you stop punching, but he keeps going, and then like he almost like has that moment where like pushes off the ref or whatever. And then that's what made him the bad guy. So and this is the part where I was like, okay, like they're more so going after like fucking like cheap feelings. What happened?
Green box.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're going after cheap feelings.
Because like when you think about the other death in the series, which is mixed. Like, that was, like, a really strong, powerful moment. But in this way, it's being sold as, like, I don't know. It just didn't feel as sad when Apollo Creed died as
I don't know.
when
I
Mick
feel like
died.
it wouldn't have, for me anyways, it wouldn't have if literally the two wives didn't meet up. And like I said, like, Ivan's wife was like, I hope we can be friends after this is over. Obviously, she didn't know he was going to kill him in the ring, but it just felt very nefarious to me.
Yeah. What's nefarious? I don't know what that means.
It just means it just felt ill intent.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
It was just like
Like,
she already knew. Like, she basically knew.
She
like,
might. Okay, so
she's like, I hope we can be friends. My husband's about to kill your fucking husband, basically, and
oh, I see what you mean.
yeah. So that's what like more drove it home to me. Like, an accident in the ring's an accident in the ring. And even though they even pushed the whole, if he dies, he dies.
Yeah. Well, I remember
That felt worse to me. With like the two wives, like because it was the collateral damage.
Yeah. The fight that I can probably like I've only seen. I wasn't even live. It was already after the fact. I don't know if your Instagram shows you this. Or your TikTok, which is like it shows that fighter, that Mexican fighter that got like paralyzed. Does it show you that? There's a Mexican fighter that he fought some black dude and he got paralyzed after the fight because the black dude was like hitting him in the back of the head repeatedly.
Oh shit!
Yeah, like there was like it almost looked exactly like fucking Rocky versus Drago, where like the bell would ring or the ref would go to try to separate it, but the guy kept hitting him in the back of the head. And then, like, the fight was over or whatever. He lost. And then, like, fucking within, like, a day or two, he was, like, paralyzed and fucking, like, it was sad. It's sad as fuck to watch. So, like, and I think that's what makes him the bad guy. Is, like, that fucking type of... Like, oh, the bell rang or the ref's trying to separate you, but you're going in still, right? It's like this ill intent. Like, I'm not only fighting you, but I want to injure you, and those calls are made in fucking football all the time, right? Even if that's not your intent. Like, nah, dude, you're going for like an injury, right?
Well, it was an intent on football under Sean Payton when he was offering bonuses to hurt players.
Yeah. I didn't. Yeah. I honestly didn't even know, like, because I didn't jump balls deep into football until like last year. But you're the one. No, Rick. My bad. Drew was the one that was telling me. So they have that movie on Netflix that's about that. Or
It's not necessarily
not
about that.
It just happens.
It's
to
about
include
the
that, yeah.
aftermath of that
Yeah,
with Kevin James, right?
yeah.
Yeah, it's about what happened after he got. So they literally almost made it a feel-good story after the fact that he
hold on.
did that.
We gotta pause it for just a little bit.
We were
Still talking about Clubber Lang. No. We're on Rocky 4.
No,
right?
we're on 4 now.
Yeah. Sorry, we had some technical difficulties. If you include the technical difficulties and how much we've been drinking, it's quite a combination.
They added up.
Cheers, Rick. Cheers.
Cheers, Papa.
And cheers to you, listener.
We love you and appreciate you guys.
Yep. Drew had to leave us. Some emergency came up, so he's not here right now. But
We're going to carry this to the end.
Yeah. We're going to
put it on our backs.
wrapping up. Because I know we know that you're still drinking and you're still thinking, damn, I'm not done with this beer. I'm not done with this drink yet. I want to continue. So that's what we're here for. And I know.
A beer on Doomsday's got your back.
Yeah. And we know, and I know, and Rick knows that's what Drew would want.
Of course he would.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have it any other way.
He knows you're not done drinking.
Izzy knows you're not done drinking. I know you're not done drinking.
And we're not done.
And we're not.
We're not done.
So another cheers. And then we'll get back into this.
Cheers. But we do have to wrap up episode 5. My bad.
4.
No. Oh, yeah, 4.
We're on 4.
Goddamn.
We're on
way
4.
off. My bad.
So
So we do have to wrap up 4.
So I'm going to take a wild guess.
We already knocked out
Actually, no, I know exactly
Yeah.
where we're. Because I felt like it was so, like, almost, like, obviously she didn't know, but I felt like Drago's wife knew that Drago was going to kill Creed. I mean, it's supposed to be an exhibition. It's supposed to be friendly. Obviously, it's not going to be that.
Excuse me.
So they go into it, and ultimately, Drago beats Creed so bad, he does not make it through the night. He dies. And even though he was down, and there was a weird extra layer to it, too.
Well, there's that moment where they were interviewing him. And it's like,
Well, even before that, when Apollo's, like, so Rocky was the lead cornerman, and the corner was telling him, throw in the towel, throw in the towel, throw in the damn towel.
oh, yeah.
But Apollo told Rocky, do not stop this fight. Do not stop this fight. So it's a weird conundrum. It's a quandary. It's so, like, what do you do in that situation?
Yeah, because he told you not to stop the fight. And then on top of that, like, even everything.
But you see him getting beaten to death.
Yeah, but even everything before that, he's like, like he has a moment where he I can't remember the exact words, but he was like, I felt so alive. Like, I feel so alive right now. Like, and that was his big thing, right? Like, he was over the hill, he was done, but he still wanted to experience that, like, piece of youth or whatever it was. And then, like, but I think you needed some shame on Rocky for him to be like, I have to avenge this.
Yeah.
And I think it made sense in that it didn't make sense, if that makes sense.
No, it actually
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
perfect sense.
Yeah,
Like,
because,
there
like-
had to be something for Rocky to, like, go back.
Yeah, like no death in life or in movies should be this straightforward one feeling type of thing where it's like, I got this one thing to do. It's like this weird janky experience of like, oh fuck, like I'm responsible for this guy's death. And I think the movie didn't like stay on that subject.
No, it did not.
It didn't.
No, not at all.
But you knew as a viewer that you were like, oh, he probably feels like it's his fault.
Honestly, in the funeral, I was waiting for his trainer to be like, "You did this. You did. You could have stopped this."
Yeah, they definitely. I think,
but they never went there.
I think throughout the Rocky series, and I still haven't seen what do you call it? The Creeds, but I think throughout
That's
the Rocky,
different.
they definitely underutilize fucking Apollo Creed's trainer, in that he was a good character to like
He was
legit
character in all of them, pretty much.
but like he was a really good like legitimizer, so to speak. Like they had that moment in part 1 where he was like, "You got to watch this," and he was like, "No, I'm counting money," and you're just like, and then in part 3 where he was like, "Oh, like no, like you're training here now." Like he legitimized every situation,
Took it over.
yeah. And it was like, but he was very underutilized. I don't know if there was any scenes, like deleted scenes that didn't have him. But
Well, then in 4, like I said, like he felt his humanity when he was begging Rocky, throwing the towel.
yeah,
Tell him, throw in the damn towel.
yeah, because he knew ahead of time.
He knew it was done.
Yeah, he knew it was done.
He trained Creed. He brought him up.
So Rocky has that montage, and then this is like a big thing because it was like, I wouldn't even be surprised if like fucking 30 years from now, like this is part of fucking like Rocky 4 is part of history, where it's like, hey, this happened during the Cold War. Yeah, it goes like, you know, it's literally like almost like fucking American history, and that like there was like fucking propaganda, there was like no fighting, but there was fighting, like, and this was one of the movies that really tried to like jump on that subject, you know.
Well, let me ask you this: why do you think they brought back Creed? Rocky had a son, and that kid knew how to fight.
I think Michael B. Jordan is one of those guys that's just like ridiculously good looking, so it's hard to not make him.
Yeah, but there's a million dudes you could have brought back that were ridiculously good looking. You could have made any one of them.
Yeah, but one that's still gonna hit like old audiences and new audiences. Like, what are women into? Ridiculously good looking guys. And you're like, okay, what are old men into? Old Rocky movies. What should we make a movie about? Let's take a fucking old character, but also a ridiculously good looking guy, and put him in a fucking movie. That's what it was. That's probably what it was.
Oh no,
I wasn't wrong.
you don't think it was like service to be like, if we're gonna resurrect the franchise, let's not make it about Rocky. Let's make it about Creed, because he died in this fight.
Well, it's almost like they had his son, and then his son was kind of just, well, he had a family. Like, I remember he had 2 or 3 kids, and then they kind of just left it there. So I don't know. I still need to watch the Creeds. I'm willing to bet.
I guess it's fair though, because like honestly, like Rocky's son had no vendetta.
Yeah, no. I mean, well, they pretty much knocked out his character in fucking part 5, which is Drew's favorite.
He was a little.
I mean, no. He was just growing up. I think that was.
He was a jackass. But all teens are.
Yeah, and I think that was like the big.
But we'll come back to that. He goes into the best training montage that any of us have ever seen. You can't deny that.
No, it was good.
That training montage was amazing because, for those who haven't seen it, you literally have Drago training in labs, getting shot up with steroids. It's like everything's scientific. Rocky is literally lifting boulders, running up snow hills, like lifting horse carriages. He's doing all these things. Super old school with Creed's trainer. And then he goes into the fight. For some reason, the fight was held in Russia because they felt like after Drago killed Creed that it wouldn't be safe for them to fight in America because someone would try to kill him or whatever. Some crazy shit like that.
It definitely put some weird, like, it put some character on the woman because she was like, my bad. It put some, that was weird. It put some character on her because it was like, hey, like, we don't want to be here anymore because he's getting all these death threats. And it was like, so she's not a bad guy either.
No, she's trying to protect her husband.
But they didn't follow up on that. They just left that. They just left that point. Like, okay, she's not so bad, and then they just. That's it. I mean, I haven't seen the Creeds. Maybe they follow up on that character.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I haven't seen him either.
But so he fights him, and of course,
so he brings him up in here.
Yeah,
and they have the ultimate slugfest. It's one-sided both ways whenever it is. And obviously when Rocky walks into the crowd, boo, because they're all Russian, but they have this back and forth, until Rocky finally sleeps Drago. Finally sleeps him. And even though in the middle of the fight they were going, Rocky, Rocky. And the reason I bring this up, because, like, obviously, yes, he beats Drago. But then he goes in this weird little speech after. He's like, you know, when I came up here, I know how to feel, and all of you guys were against me. Everyone was against me.
You obviously just saw this shit, yeah.
Oh, no, I always remember this. And then during the fight, it changed, and you guys wanted me. And then I learned, if yous can change, then us can change, and we can all change. I don't know where this message came from.
I honestly think that message came. I was watching it. I remember seeing it, and I was like, this message came from one of the fucking writers that was trying to be all PC. Yeah, he was trying to be fucking like, oh, we can all get along. Yeah, it came from one of the writers for sure. And
I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That was one of the best.
Yeah, but it made sense, I guess. You know, I was like, hey, this is a movie that's saying we're better, but we can all get along, right?
And I think it had something like huge impact to do with like the Russians and the Americans at that time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But it was probably some writer that probably just thought like, you know, a lot of people thought throughout that time, aside from like nuclear bombs, that like, you know, Russians and Americans can get along. Rocky V. This is what we'll do. So I was already thinking about the title of the episode. It's going to be Rocky and then some. And then the next episode is going to be like fucking Rock or then some, then Rocky or something. So we can't wrap up Drew's favorite Rocky without Drew. So we will leave this part for the next time. We will do that.
Okay. So what we'll do next time, we'll do 5 plus the Creeds. I feel like that's fair.
Oh, you know, that's actually pretty solid. That's a really good idea. Yep.
We'll do 5 plus the Creeds.
Yep. We'll do this like
we'll make it a whole ass episode.
Yeah, it'll be like a volume 1, volume 2. No, I that's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, because essentially, like, you know, we like I said, part 3 is like my favorite part. Part 4 is your favorite part. And, you know, I think
part 4 is 5. Drew's favorite part. Yeah, we had to have him here for part 5.
Yeah. We'll wrap it up. So we'll watch this. The new Creed is going to come out.
I heard someone told me it was already out. But did they lie?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, like,
I feel like they lied.
I mean, but it'll be out by the time
by the time it comes out.
Yeah, we'll watch it. It looks really good. So, you know, like I said, I still need to watch. I heard really good things about the first and second part of Creed. So
did I.
Yeah, going
I
back.
haven't seen them, but
I've heard nothing but good things, man. But other than that, let me finish this rest of the fucking whatever I have left. Cheers, Rick.
All right, guys.
Cheers, listener.
We're back for as long as we're back.
We're back.
But we got you on the rest of the Rockies and the Creeds.
Thank you for joining us.
Trust me, when we come back, it's going to be worth it. It was worth it.
It's going to be worth it. Yeah. It will barely be about the Rockies. If we're lucky.
Y'all know you enjoyed it.
All right, you guys.
All right.
Cheers and
thank you.
Until then.
We appreciate you.